What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Noah.
It's Chief Hollow Sergeant in the building, baby.
It's your girl Moeezy.
And you got the Prince. Was good.
Mm-hmm. And we're joined by a very special guest. Long time in the making.
Hey, long time it has been.
Long time.
Definitely. Half the podcast has known him for a while. I've had good convos with him on the DMs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. We're joined by RL King today.
Come on. That's it.
Thank you, guys. It's good to be here.
Welcome. Hey, you're right. It has been a long time.
You know what? I think you hit me up probably 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it was time ago. Yeah,
a long time ago. Maybe even before that.
It was
even earlier. Yeah, it was during first lockdowns.
We
Yeah,
were like,
it
when
was.
the lockdown ends, after these Zoom ones, we're gonna
Let's go.
Guess.
Yeah.
And then
It never happened.
I was like, it's two things.
I was like, do you guys like?
no. You know what I
switched
thought?
up.
I legit thought, okay, either Danny forgot or he's acting hot.
Oh, Reese is acting hot.
Yeah. Or Reese is acting
It's the
hot.
second one. No.
It was that back and forth kind of
It was
thing.
that-
Yeah.
It was definitely back and forth,
It's like,
and then y'all had big things going on.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like when I saw you guys move, you guys were moving differently. You guys were doing. I think you guys had like a plan. And then it started clearing up, and then you'll hit me up again, and then Daniel hit me up again. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Say no more, man. Then
Actually,
here
I
we are.
said no, and then I was like, can we do next week?
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, that was last week. Yeah.
So with that note, I was like, not again. Here we are again. I was like, nah, next
like,
week
I
I
can't-
bet.
I can't be
Silver
doing
lining,
this.
bro. We're looking good.
But it worked out beautifully.
Man.
Perfect time to have you on as well, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm grateful. I'm blessed.
It's definitely something we've been trying to do. So yeah, we're glad that we finally here we are, there, man. But yeah, what's going on with y'all, man? How you guys
How's
feeling?
everyone's week going?
Very
today?
good.
Very good.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's not often you get a very good from someone when you
Normally it's
ask.
just
You know what I
like,
mean?
good.
Yeah.
I guess
you know, we're alive.
I feel like it's perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My weeks are quite the same, but I think it's the people that I hang around with.
Okay, yeah.
That always makes it like very good.
So So I've had a really good week.
So you tell me you have very good weeks all the time.
Yeah, hey.
Yo.
Yeah, you don't
That's a great
Money switch up the circle,
you,
bro.
you know hey, when do you guys hang out?
Honestly, yeah.
You know that Drake meme? Very good.
Bro, how do I not know this?
Soulja Boy.
Lols.
Yeah, I said like very good. Like yeah, we don't experience that
that's
here.
sick though, man. Yeah.
It's
What-
nice.
What's the dynamics then? What makes it like that, bro?
I guess it's the work.
Yeah.
I like to be busy. I like to when we're working on music, I like to be working on music. But then there's just days like you know how it is. Like it's we don't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's just the people. It's the things that we're talking about. It's the music that we're listening to or dissecting. The
Yes, sir.
conversations that we have. It means something. So like I feel like when you move with intent and the people around you move with intent, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
That's different.
It's hard. It's hard to not feel the vibes if you know what I mean.
I think
I-
would be. Oh no, you go.
Now I was gonna say let's actually get into that. Like the surroundings, how it changes how you think and changes how you move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very important. So much importance on the circle that you have, the atmosphere you create when you're doing certain things. I think it's very important, especially if you're trying to do something high level, especially let's say music, or you're trying to do something creative or constructive. It's very important who you're around. You can't be around people that are going to bring you down.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
I like the thing of move with intent.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's,
people that
that's
are around
nice.
you that move with intent. Because it's like, I know a lot of groups where it's like you can tell it's just aimless link ups. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's like it's
For
that
sure.
is a constant thing of just that. Yeah,
Beyond
you know?
hanging out.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
Something needs to happen.
Because that's when you're really starting to do life with people that are around you, and that's when it's important,
Yeah,
bro. You know
you're
what I mean?
right.
It's like you're just living life, not the aimless way of it, but like
Exactly
you're
right.
living life, and you have each maybe different purposes, but collectively when it comes together, bro, it's too beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And the space that you go within is also very important. I mean, Vince and Josh, my managers, we used to work out of a garage,
Yeah.
I think, for a whole year. And then, for more than that. And then, almost 2 years we used to work out of a garage. And then November last year, they started renting out this space in Richmond.
Bro, because it looks massive, yeah?
It's big.
It's kind of big, right? I watch the lives and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Nah,
Just for
that-
context for anyone listening, you do music.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So we'll get to it.
A little bit of
I'm an
preface
artist,
in that,
We'll get
yeah.
into-
singer
we'll get into some
songwriter.
more, bro.
Yeah. So they're putting in work to have this place in Richmond, so that we can have this place that we want to create like a hub, or what we'd say like a safe space for creatives, and that's what's Hidden Sun Records is. So now when you have that space, you automatically move within and you're like, yep, it's time to work.
Yeah, okay.
Like
yeah.
there's no other thing around it. It's all fun loving and it's great. You're around good people, but you know that general gist, that aura around the space is like,
it's the energy, like you feel the energy in the environment.
Yeah,
it's like you
yeah.
you all move with that. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly,
it makes
right.
you do something with it. Yeah,
And people, yeah, and it moves in different ways. Sometimes we're not always working, and we're not always grinding, but we still are at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah.
Different things.
No, that's absolutely true. I think the whole circle and like seeing you guys do life, like even yesterday, like I've been working in the city now. This guy finally also working full time, but he's like finally starting in the city.
Quite in the city,
yeah.
This guy sends a Snapchat. He's doing some type of work in the city as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not that the city matters. It's just that everybody's moving.
Yeah.
with
The
intent,
environment,
right?
yeah,
And
it's good.
After work hours, this guy comes by and we like drive to our church together. And I was like, bro, we're actually like doing life together in my head. And I was like, this is cool. Even though right now it's like most of our time spent together is creative stuff,
Yeah.
like this
Hey.
stuff and whatnot.
I'm kind of hurt.
Huh?
I'm kind of hurt.
Why are you hurt?
Let me give you guys context, right? So this guy sent a snap. All of us in the city.
Those two went to
This guy said, "Hey, yo, who's in the city?" This guy replied, "South Bank." That was the caption. I replied to, "I'm a South Bank, yeah."
I said, hey,
And
lunch?
lunch?
Lunch? And this guy said, hey guys, lunch? And no one replied.
And then I was like, then this guy said that to camera over. Wait, hold on.
When did that happen? Slow down, coach.
I think you need to rethink your circle, Carlos.
Yeah, yo. Hey, so Reese, so when you guys hang out?
What do you want me to bring?
Man. It's never. But that, no way on the drive while we're driving, you were just thinking ahead.
'cause
You
I was
know
like-
what? You were like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. In your head? Is that what was going on?
After, like, I was
Yeah.
like, in the morning, I was like driving somewhere else. And I was like, yo, it's actually nice. Like,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friends are not moving aimlessly. You know,
Yeah.
regardless of what they're doing, they're accomplishing or they're setting goals, even if they're not accomplishing yet.
For sure.
It's like they're setting goals and they're moving like with longevity in mind.
Oh,
you know,
that's a good word. We're looking for long-term things.
That's
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah.
always long-term.
For sure.
But it's like, but
beautiful.
they're also enjoying the right now, which is super dope. And the right now is super fun.
Yeah. I feel like it can get conflicting though when you're looking for long-term things and then you also have to be present.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Always constantly looking, let me do
You're
this.
like, oh, let me
Where's
set
this going to
up.
lead?
You know what, man, I'm making this music. These people are going to like it. It's different. These songs, no one does this anymore. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
We're thinking about the future so hard.
Yep.
Yet we don't figure out how to place ourselves
what's
right
going on
now.
right now.
It's so hard.
No,
but
that's facts.
but longevity is a very important thing.
I think that's my new buzzword for the week, bro.
What's my home
Longevity.
been?
What is it?
The exorbitant.
Oh yeah, this guy's been using that word for no reason. In the car yesterday, we were just driving. He popped it out. No, I was like, bruv, that's okay. I'm gonna let you off this time. I was like, if I hear it again, you might need to switch up the.
The guy said that it doesn't make sense.
Oh man, but I wasn't gonna talk about it though. Yesterday about finally going to the city. But you mentioned it, bro. I've realized I'm out of touch with public transport, bro.
Oh wow.
I am out of touch. Even the
Cause the train
city,
for the,
same.
bro.
even the city, just everything. I'm out of touch, bro.
Yeah.
I walked the wrong way for 15 minutes straight. Bro, 15 minutes straight. I'm walking. Yeah, I'm meant to be going in one direction. I'm walking down Burke Street, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, bet. I'm definitely going the right
I know
way.
where I'm going.
I looked at the maps. You know, you move the phone around to make sure the arrow is facing the direction you're going.
Okay.
I said, yeah, this is
Bet, that's the one.
Cool. Boom. Walking. Like,
15.
it's looking a bit, yeah, I'm like, bro, it's not meant to be.
Why is the time getting more?
Look at me I'm like, no, my phone's just tripping. Samsung.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's something's off.
Android things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn.
Keep
You
on.
got
Keep
Android?
walking. God forbid.
that one.
Making sure.
Bro, but I'm walking. I'm like, yo, why am I starting to see the pier, bro?
Wrong
I'm meant to be in the
direction.
heart of the city. Why am I seeing docks and boats, bro? I was like, wait,
What's going on?
Bro, I made it to Docklands, bro.
From Burke Street, man, you must be real close.
What's going on?
Is that underwater office?
Yep, I might have to be, bro.
First up to the city, bro.
Bro, I hit that year down, bro. I was like, fuck, how am I shagging? Like the first day, of course, I just had Daniel fashion
Yeah.
means I'm gonna be late. But I see my manager said he's running late. So I'm like, yeah, babe. Yeah, I'm around the corner, bro. Power walking, bro. Trying to get there on time, but
So
man.
how was it? First time at the
day in
office.
No, it was a vibe, bro. I'm like, yeah, this is like I couldn't.
My guy has his own desk. That was cool.
The desk and things are lifting
3
up and
screens.
down.
The guy was putting up his desk up and
For
down.
no reason, you know what I mean? I didn't need to stand up at some points, but I did anyway, just because I wanted to use
They
it.
got some.
You gotta live the life.
Hey guys, I'm the new one.
Yeah, man. But it's like, it was just fun. It's like it's interesting being in a space that I've just never been in before,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
doing stuff that I've studied, learned, and just talking to people about things that I know in my head. It's like it's interesting to be able to do that, right? And I was like, yeah, but I can't do this forever, bro. yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because I'm talking to some guys like, yeah, no, sometimes I stay back this, stay there. I'm like, yo, that's not conducive. That's not conducive. Bro.
The guy
Like,
said,
you
the guy
can't-
said, stay back.
yeah, I was like, nah, man, we can't be doing this all the time.
Baby, we don't own this. We don't own this.
I got
Nah, it
plans.
was a vibe. It was definitely a vibe,
Yeah.
man. It's like, yeah, it was fun.
So how often in the office now?
Huh? Whenever there's free food, bro.
Wow.
like actually, bro.
Wow.
Same.
Something.
That's the reason I pulled up last week, and then I'm hearing something going down next week too. I said, yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be
I
there.
want to hear this.
Yeah, man.
Anyone else had a very good week or?
We're just trying to make us sound nice and match up to the
Yeah.
right here, bro. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is good. To be honest.
No bad. That's a very good week right there.
But no, there's definitely been some crazy thing that we've been seeing go down though.
Like,
Where?
in
oh,
the
like,
past week.
yeah.
Talking about chinging?
Cheating.
Chinging?
Cheating.
Chingy.
What happened to cheating?
Oh wait, I didn't even know. But yeah, I wasn't even. You talking about what happened in
Yeah, bro.
well, in the city?
South Bank, something. No, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I really
No,
want to.
no, it's not
Yeah, it's a weird energy. But you know how there was like literally like a 9 people stabbing going on in Melbourne.
I did not know about that.
Was it news?
Bro, 9 different people got stabbed in the same night.
Yeah.
And I was like,
News, yeah.
bro, wait.
That's heavy.
Like the headline, I was like, wait. Like what's
Like this can't be here.
yeah. One, it can't be here. 2, wait. What was
9
what kind
people,
of
yeah.
what kind
Was
of
that- was
festive
that
was
one
this?
time?
Yeah, all in the one.
Yeah.
in
Wait, what do you
one
mean?
night.
One
Wait,
night,
what?
in the one night.
Same place?
In the one location.
Like from
Yeah.
from the same
Ah,
location.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Damn, I thought this was everywhere. Yeah, but bro, I was
So
like,
what was the general consensus of that story? though?
of that, it was just like, yeah, it was just a madness was going on. Too many people at one event, kind of thing.
It was mis- I think it
youths
was like-
moving mad.
Not all of them were targeted, but just some people happened to be wrong place,
Wrong
wrong,
place, wrong
time,
time,
and they
yeah.
just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
caught in the middle of it,
Oh.
which is pretty terrible. Yeah.
That's the reason for
very
too many
sad.
Yeah,
things.
I said not our business.
Not our business.
Nah, it's that thing of like, it's that thing. Yeah, nah. It's literally that thing of like, man, it's crazy to hear that, but it's like, bro, I'm trying to see our city do better. It's
Yeah.
like, let's just
Yeah.
not even give energy to that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
stuff,
absolutely.
Of course.
and keep it pushing, kind of thing. But yeah, it was mad, bro. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're
I
down.
feel like I'm out of the loop with these news things, man.
Yeah?
I don't-
You're not on social media like that,
Yeah.
or?
Too much.
Nah, I mean, I'm on Instagram like that, but I feel like everyone follows different people.
Yeah,
that's the thing,
for
right.
sure.
way different like things that
It's
you see
hard.
pop
It's
up.
like,
Yeah.
wait, are they trying to cover this thing up? Like, because like this is quite a huge thing.
Yeah, no, it was big,
It
bro.
is,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
definitely on the news, right?
All right,
Like,
okay. Can we switch it up? 'Cause I-
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, okay.
Do you guys all remember a video of a kid performing a poem at the UN years ago? It was a black kid, and it was a poem about skin color and like racism and how like basically the poem ends up going like, I'm born black, stay black, all this kind of thing. Like when I cry, I'm black. When I laugh, I'm black. All this kind of
think I
thing.
do
But you're born.
I've heard this poem
white.
before.
Yeah,
you're all this kind.
purple.
You,
Yeah, yeah.
when you get beat.
Oh,
you're red.
yeah, okay.
We all remember the kid performing this at the UN.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember, but
Did it happen?
I know what it is.
It didn't happen.
Okay, I don't know if it happened.
Wait.
Wait, hold on.
Conspiracy theories right here.
Yeah, no.
Have you guys heard of the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah, when everyone thought like he was dead or
When
something.
everyone
Yeah?
thought that he was dead. He lived like 1990 something, but he only died in 2013.
Yeah.
All right, and so it's like something that for some reason we all believe happened.
It didn't happen.
So
Bro.
did it not happen?
I don't know if I've never seen a video of a kid, but I have a memory of watching a video of a kid. But we've never seen it. Everyone knows of this.
I think
poem.
I've seen the poem. I just
I've never seen it, but I
I've
think
seen the poem.
Yeah, I've seen the
I've
poem.
seen that poem, but I've never
It's
seen it
Weird.
recited.
Like it's just weird.
Well,
How does that happen?
Wait, is
where
this the
we
thing
all
though? Are there like
agree?
other people? Are there other people that are like you? Like that? Like,
In your crazy people society.
I mean, like,
who else is there?
I ain't got a cult going on, bro.
I mean, like
Mormons.
other people were like, yeah, no, I remember this kid. With other people like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
The
Say
Mandela
it's
one?
you and your sister,
No, but you're so right about the Mandela one.
Yeah, like and there's
That one was
multiple things
legit,
Like
yeah.
that. With for some reason, in society, we all go, "Yeah, that happened." It's like, brother, that never happened.
Nah, don't
What-
really.
I'm trying to think
What
of
else is
something
there?
else. Yeah.
I feel like there's
life.
more
There,
stuff.
there has to be more. I couldn't think of more.
I can't think.
But it's like,
There was a few more.
Or is it like,
someone
or is it like we'd expect that to happen at the UN?
That's what I was gonna
Man.
say. Did
Also
you piece the
possible-
story together in your mind or something like that?
You know what I mean?
And that's just
Like-
facts for him now or something, bro. It sounds very true. Yeah, is Mark checking? Is you fact checking right now? Or are you gonna search up black kid giving poem at UN or something, bro? Like, what?
It is.
You gotta be specific
I'm not
sometimes,
searching
bro.
why
that
are
one.
you googling for
But-
peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Yeah, man. There's some there's
jeez,
good
bro.
kinds of peanut
Whoa,
butter.
she
Peanut
said
butter.
peanut
But
butter.
no, what I was even what I was talking about in terms of madness was, I mean, I don't know how much you'll follow. I don't even know what I kind of call this type of news, man. But like the e-news type of things. This
Okay.
You all
Got
know
your
what
gossip.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah.
So reality TV.
It's not necessarily reality TV, but it's like
Gossip.
news that is related to celebrities and
Gossip,
stuff like
gossip,
that. Not
celebrity
necessarily on gossip, because this is obviously something that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the whole thing that's going on with the royal family, bro.
Yeah.
Oof.
You know about it? You know what's
big
going on?
situation,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Big, you know,
Very
the stuff
big.
that's going down, man.
Them
Where do you all
Jones.
like, let's not even talk about the things that are said and like, oh, do you believe that this happened or not? Because like, whatever someone has said, that's their truth. We just have to hold it as that. Yeah?
Of course.
In terms of the whole, just what's going on and the the theatrics of what's happening in terms of like how, you know, you have like one party on one side, you know, in one country saying, no, this ain't what's going on. Then you have things getting released in another country.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like a whole, like pretty much I'm seeing like social media in America ganging up and saying, hey man, what's going on in UK now? We're not with that. And now they're backing up everyone else in UK. It's like, bro, like what a weird space.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Now we're in. Like, what's your thoughts?
Hey, Noah
man?
was saying something interesting on the group chat. I don't know if you.
Would you do that interview if you were them?
Who's them?
If you were Harry and Meghan, would you out your family like that in front of the world?
Family, bro.
Yeah, but this is what I kind of looked at a little bit weird.
Because I know they're not a normal family, right? So it's like
Yeah,
it's
they're
not
not.
like me airing out my issues with my sister or something forever. Like this is just
Yeah,
silly.
yeah.
Like, you see YouTubers do that. Like, bro, we don't actually care about you. It's like the royal family, but it's a different caliber.
Yeah.
So on one hand, it's like you do owe something to the public,
It's a general public kind of thing,
but
yeah.
you're also way bigger than everyone. So should you give that much to the general public? Is how I see it.
But like the one thing I heard was like we're hearing about it now. A lot of the things that
Yeah.
go on with celebrities is like we don't hear about it when it happens.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
The one thing that shocked me was that Harry was cut off financially in the first quarter of 2020.
Oh, 2020.
The
cut
whole
off?
like we're not going to give you security
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
was crazy.
Had no money to pay for security
Yeah,
for
yeah.
his family. Like
Yeah.
Like that's dangerous, bro.
yeah,
Like, you,
Very.
like
can't be roaming the streets. Like you know what I mean?
like China bags you and tries to make you tell things and stuff like because you
Like,
don't have security. That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
That's wild. It's completely wild. And like, you know, he had his mother's estate,
Yeah.
which
how
was
he paid
about.
it.
I think it was
That's
like
what pretty much like helped him
Yeah.
out pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, his mother left him
Like what she
21
left kind of
21
thing.
mil.
Yeah. Wow.
Pounds.
That's madness, bro. Pounds too, eh?
Yeah,
Big
and
bank. Oh.
well, 8 mil of that was inheritance tax. So
Dang, bro.
So it's a lot.
Whoa.
You leave that type of money, the moment you take it out, half of it's gone. You know what I mean? You can't have
Right.
all of that.
Yeah.
That's what kind of put into perspective for me of like, yeah, this is a like it's actually more of an establishment. You know what I mean? It's
of
like
course,
when-
it's a business. Before,
it's a
before all.
business. That's the best
You know
way
what
to
I mean?
put it. It's like I realized, like, yeah, man, like why have we fueled this so much, like all these years?
Yeah.
One thing I was firstly thinking of is, bro, in the 21st century,
Yeah.
what's the place for kings and queens?
I said that last week to my mom, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, what's the point of this? Why is England the only one that holds such a high relevance
Like
Yeah.
pushing it that high
for
yeah.
a king and queen? Like, or for a queen, or for a, you know, that
Monarchy.
Sort of monarchy.
No,
There you go.
yeah.
And we have royals in every other country. There's royals in, you know, European countries and things like that. But where do they,
They keep
ever
it pushing though.
Yeah,
you
you know
know, they
what
do
I
it in
mean?
their
You move
their
with
space.
society, yeah. You move with the times.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's only because those like Sweden and Norway and stuff like they've got kings, right? And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, but no one they've never done anything impactful for the world,
Yeah.
or at least they're not the most recent impactful nation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's
I
like
get
back
you.
when it was the Scandinavians and all that, they probably were the big
Yeah.
parts of the world. You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But it's like in recent time when it comes to colonialism stuff, which isn't a good thing, but it's
no.
the reality.
Yeah.
It's like the UK really
Those were the
was
people
that
th-
power,
yeah, I'm-
and then after that is America.
Yeah.
Right, and that's where it goes presidency. And so it's like
Yeah.
I get why they are still a huge.
Well, that's why they're relevant, you know, because
Yeah.
they were the people on top.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the hard truth of it from what they did and what they've done,
Yeah.
what they continue to do. It's they were the people on the top of the food chain during that time. So that's why I think they're staying most relevant.
Plus they're genius strategizers. So it's
Ooh,
like the
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of countries and like think of it. There's a Commonwealth,
yeah.
right? Like that's
right.
crazy. It's like what 20 countries.
Yeah.
the Commonwealth.
Still at this point,
I think
yeah.
Jamaica still might be part of it, right? Countries that we don't even think they might have
That-
broke away from it.
Yeah, I
now
think
or something,
I read something about them.
right. So it's like countries that we don't even think
Yeah.
are part of
part
the
of it,
Commonwealth
yeah.
are still part of it, right?
Exactly
It's like,
right.
That's crazy. Like, and then obviously India was part of it. Iraq was part of it. Well, not
Yeah.
part of the Commonwealth, but they were all,
part
told
of
by
this.
England how to move.
Nigeria was there at one point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Nigeria is just Unilever.
Unilever, yeah.
That's how Unilever came about.
You ever heard of the company Unilever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's literally, and then Nigeria got independence from it. And we're like, hey, we want to be Nigeria.
Yeah.
And that's that. So it's like they're genius strategy. I don't think any other nation has done that. I think
done that.
Yeah.
next we'll see China do that with the world.
Probably.
Yeah. But
Well, speaking of genius strategizers, I did see some that I was like, this is kind of funny though. So obviously a lot of things that were going on were claims of racism, things like that. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, one, I can talk about a little bit in terms of, I wasn't surprised because I'm like, I'm not saying this is what's going on, but I'm like, if that's the
not
case, it
surprising.
wasn't surprising. It's
I
like,
don't know why. I don't know why Oprah was acting surprised in that interview. I'm like, Oprah, come on, man.
She had to give the reaction.
Gorilla said that. I'm like, come on, bro.
it's theatrics. Obviously.
Yeah,
But I was like, yeah, this is reality of life nowadays. It's like, bro, we've been knowing these things go on.
We
Like,
know.
let's proactively talk as opposed to acting shocked when we hear things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's talk. What are we
I
going
know what
to
you're
do?
talking about because the racism thing about this whole situation. I was on TikTok and there's a video of this New Zealand political party, the Māori party, and they were like, "Oh, what do you think about the racist remarks that something along those lines that the royal family that was released of the royal family saying about Meghan's child?" And one of the heads, the superiors, turned around and goes, "I don't know why y'all are surprised that the royal family was racist.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?"
they started slavery, guys.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's so hard for people to understand, like, because they hold them up to such high regard.
it's the regards, man. Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's a business, yeah. So these guys have been marketed.
It's PR and all of that kind of stuff,
for
marketing.
sure.
Yeah. All right. So this goes exactly into what made me like crack up today. Yeah. Oh, a couple of days. I sent it in the chat, but you guys probably didn't know why I sent it. Yeah. So there's a screenshot of Prince William and his wife's name, Kate, walking out of their childcare, I believe it is. Yeah. And someone asked, "Yo, is your family racist?" What a question to ask. Firstly, I'm not gonna say
Yes,
but he replies and he says, "Of course we're not." Yeah. Well, what killed me is the fact that there's an African lady in African attire, walking right next to them, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe this is someone that's like part of their like circle, constant. Like this is just constant,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
regular.
Okay.
But I'm just like, obviously, everything that's going on is claims of racism. Why does that just happen? Instead of being like you would be hiding a little bit or staying quiet when things are
Yeah.
going down, but they're in public, walking, acting regular, and there's an African lady rocking her African attire
Walking
on a regular day
alongside
when the sun's shining. I was like, is this a PR thing, bro? Like, is
Has
this?
to be. Has to be.
I was
But
like,
you sure that was like circle, like she was walking right
yeah, bro,
behind.
right there, bro. Right there, bro. I was like, wait, come on, guys, y'all are better than this.
It's a wild thing. It's a wild thing, but it could be true.
It could be it.
Yeah,
I was like, benefit of doubt at the end of the day. But I was like, if not, then this is like actually just common.
People have been hired to do worse.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying what you gonna pay someone a couple of grand to hang around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is when I'm
I'm
not.
do it, bro.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the photo? I don't know if I was talking to you guys about it or the podcast, whatever. But AOC in the States, the politician.
Yeah, I love
You
her.
see the photos of her outside like the place where the cages are with children and stuff, and it's like it's full fake, bro. Like these
seen
photos
it.
went out of
Yeah.
her like standing outside like the fences
No
and
way.
like
Wow.
crying and like with all her crew and like they're all crying and like basically gonna rip their clothes off in tears kind of thing and all
Yeah.
that. And
So it's
then
like
someone
staged.
put a leak the actual photos with all the like
Oh, man said
photographers
zoomed
who are
out?
like, hey, do this, do that.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like,
But who posted it though?
I don't know. It was just on Twitter, it just went viral.
Bro, who be leaking these things, bro?
But
I
it's
swear
like-
you keep it airtight, bro.
Like I don't care about either side when it comes to politics. Like I'm just a be in the middle kind of guy, you know.
Okay.
But it's like, yo, like how immoral is that? You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
it's like
Why you gotta
to do
fake it?
something like that. Like it's like,
I remember peak COVID when I was seeing. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was ScoMo. I don't want to do that to my guy.
It probably was ScoMo.
But like they were carrying boxes of like medication and PP and stuff like that. Yeah, and like you see the clip of the guy doing it, and like that's what got released to the media. But then another thing got released of like, did you guys get that? And it's like the boxes are empty, bro.
Oh wow.
I'm like, wow, did you get that? Should I go again?
Oh, wow.
I was like, nah, man, like,
That's
bro.
wild.
Have you
Where's
guys?
the real care now? You know what I mean, from our people.
Have you
bro.
guys seen the show The Boys?
The superhero
Superhero
one?
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, I watched that episode.
Legit, it's legit the same thing.
Yeah.
Where in public they're trying to act like they're the good guys, but then
They're
just
behind
doing
the
all this
scenes.
fake stuff. I was like, yeah, did you get that? And then you know, I was
Yeah.
like, yo, that's crazy.
That's a whole game, isn't it?
It is. I mean, like, I fully believe Meghan and Harry, everything that they say, whatever they claim, I believe it. You know, whatever they say the family did, they did it. I don't even need evidence. You know, I just believe
That's
them.
an
Okay.
unhealthy
No,
way to
it's all right.
live. But
I believe
It's
them.
all
I
right.
believe them because I feel
But
like
I
they've
know
been
other
having
people like that too.
They've been having a hard time from the
Yeah,
beginning,
make it
right?
make
And, like,
sense, though.
yeah. I mean, anyways, regardless, they have a child now, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, with the whole security thing, not giving them
Yeah.
security, cutting them financially. Like, why would you do that to someone who's part of your family? You know,
I agree.
Yeah.
and just the fact that the type of person that Harry is, from what we've seen, you know, all the
Gunfingers.
charities that he's done, you know, all the people
Yeah.
that he's helped and stuff like that. It's like, okay, he's married, you know, a woman who's half black. Like, why does that have to change anything about, you know, the dynamic
you
between
are.
you guys? You know, why does that have to change, whatever? But in line of all of this publicity stunt, right? Okay, so now they've come and they've done the interview with Oprah, and Oprah's big, so everyone's gonna watch this interview. Everyone's gonna
Yeah.
talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And they say, okay, the
It's
you
not
know,
like they're
royal
not
family.
big as well. Like there's somebody too.
I guess so, yeah. But it's like Oprah, as
Oprah
well.
retired,
It's the
man.
charity.
Oprah, she's retired.
She's only doing. She's selectively choosing the interviews now.
She's the first. I think
Legit.
she's the first and probably only like interviewer that had a show that did a world tour.
Yeah.
No way.
Bro, remember when she came to Australia
She
for a
came-
whole
remember-
week?
Yeah.
2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
It went crazy, bro.
She did
Shows
give
in
cars
Melbourne,
away or
in
something?
Sydney.
Yeah, she did.
Oprah lucky genius, huh?
Yeah, no,
But
she's
yeah,
she's dope.
titties. Yeah. You
What
believe
was I
me?
saying? Yeah. Anyways, so they did the interview and all of that, and they said the royal family was racist. How else is the royal family supposed to prove that they're not, though?
Yeah, you can't.
That's a good point.
Like, how
Yeah.
else are they supposed to come out and say we're
You
not?
get that
racist?
African lady with the
Because
African
no-
attire following you around.
Exactly.
not racist. I'm not racist. I have a black next to me.
Because no one's gonna believe them. Yeah, no one's gonna
Yeah,
believe
you actually
them
can't
at all.
defend it,
They
isn't it?
can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, even in house, everyone they're like the royal family's paying all of these people to keep quiet. They're paying them to do a job, so it's like no one's gonna come out and be like, no, we support them. You know, so it's like
Bro, that's why track
This is
record's
the
important in
only-
life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy.
Bruv, what does your past preach about you?
Okay,
You know,
but-
what I mean?
yeah.
But not necessarily holding people to their past, obviously, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if there are signs pointing towards this could potentially be what you're doing right now. Still,
Yep.
it's like
If it smells, there's probably some.
there's
dookie
a little bit of dookie around the corner somewhere, maybe.
For sure.
The memes are elite, bro. The memes are
That's amazing.
the
What
memes
the-
are
Immaculate.
Archie
beautiful,
ones.
bro.
Archie ones,
Archie
fingers in the future.
Bro, the guys dancing to Africa.
Archie in 16 years.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Best thing ever, bro.
Like, but on that, right? Like, let's say like with Meghan particularly, obviously, because Harry, that's his family, right?
Yeah.
But she knew that she was marrying into a family
crazy.
like that,
Facts.
right?
Yeah, but
like,
to
as
this
in,
extent,
you don't
Yeah,
see what they did to
low-key.
his mom.
Yeah, facts.
Madness, bro.
Yeah, that extent. And he even said that he's like, I'm scared now that something might happen to her.
Nah, it's
And he's like,
real
when I
fear,
say that,
bro.
I mean my mom. Like that's genuine.
That's
like fair
scary.
enough. That's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
sad place to be in as a man,
Very.
regardless whether you're a prince or a peasant. Like it's like that's your wife, your kid, all that kind of
Yep.
thing. It's
Yeah.
very terrifying, and you've been
Of course.
through it. But it's like you also can't be like she didn't know she was marrying into a family that is rooted in colonialism and taking over and
Yeah.
you
She
know,
did it for
has
love, man. She did it for
Secrecy
love.
and
history.
yeah,
like
of
it's-
course.
that's also a reality.
It
Like,
is. It is.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hold you accountable because of that, but it's like it's true. Like you can't ignore
True.
that.
You can't, you know,
Did
be
you see-
entered into a royal family and not
Oh,
know
yeah.
that there's a back door locked. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Did you see how the dad came out and said, "Oh no, I don't believe that the royal family are racist"?
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Did you guys see that, bro? I was
Yeah,
like,
Megan's
yeah,
fucking-
Megan's dad
Been
actually
hating
came
him
out.
from the
That guy's
beginning, man.
dummy, bro.
Yeah, he came out and
Who
said,
Ming's dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying, bro.
He came out and
I don't know
said,
if you remember
I
around
don't
the
believe
time
that
they got
racist.
married, like,
There's
he
a
was,
lot
like,
of layers
leaking
to this,
information
bro.
Just to get money to like tabloids.
yeah, all
Yes,
that as
I do
well.
remember
Silly.
that.
It was very silly. The guys crazy.
And even the UK host, Apparently, how he quit his
Piers
job.
Morgan.
Bro,
That's also what I wanted to mention.
how
man.
his co-worker called him out for all this. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna answer questions. I'm done.
Man.
And he quit.
He quit,
He
yeah.
quit his job right then.
I disagree. Someone made him quit.
Oh,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Elaborate,
Bro, but the flow and effect
elaborate.
of this type of stuff is crazy, bro. You have like the lead editor of like the journalist or journalist editor society or something in the UK, like resigned as well, bro, because of like a line of fire that he was getting into as well.
UK media are just brutal. Like they're
Well, I'm
actually
just even talking like-
ruthless.
So-
It's tough
what
as
do you
well
think?
Because UK media, a lot of there's certain topics where it's like they literally can't talk about it because it's treason. That's the whole monarchy. So,
You're right.
for example, one of them. So
The power they still have.
I said, hopefully we don't die.
Harry's probably not Charles' son, right? That's a whole thing, right? And so it's like, but you
Saw that on
literally
TikTok
can't
too.
talk about that.
TikTok be
TikTok
be preaching, bro.
Yeah, it's informative if you want it to be. It's all
If you want it, if you want
Like
it,
it,
to be as well.
Everything else from the top, everything else.
That's how you do the dance.
Informative.
Very important.
But,
You learn something new.
All right,
talking
talk
about Harry's,
tabloids.
yeah.
Piers Morgan, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The part that killed me, right? So she was saying like I was getting suicidal, which is very serious.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
that's
Sure.
seriously.
Yeah.
And totally understandable. 4 years of being hounded by media.
Makes sense.
I've never been there, obviously, but I can understand.
You
how
can
that
understand
be.
that,
yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Bro, the guy gets roasted for 15 seconds on the show. After he said, I don't believe you being suicidal for 4 years of that, 15 seconds, like, nah, sorry, I'm not going to take this. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
he said,
wait,
he
what?
said the one line that killed me.
Yeah.
He's still walking off, and he's like, maybe you can do this on your show. He said it to this guy, but not on mine.
Jeez.
And I was like, you're still walking off.
It's not
This
yours.
is your
Imagine
show,
getting
my man.
pissed off by your guest and leaving your own house.
Exactly right.
He calls people out on his show, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't take off your shoes, but I'm gonna leave the house. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole.
Hey, you
That's
know
the
what?
whole
I
story.
like what you say. Shake my hand. Very good.
Good analogy.
Oh, he definitely got stepped down by someone. He didn't quit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
That's a business thing.
Absolutely.
Did you
You
see
can't bring,
did you
bro.
see his interview afterwards? He was like, I believe in freedom of speech. This is that. I was just like, dude, what are you saying?
Nah.
Like, you were
Stop
just
it.
going on and on. I was like, nah, this guy.
Because I do agree. Freedom, like people should be able to say whatever they want. I should just be able to punch you in the mouth too.
Oh, like you should cop the flag that comes your
Absolutely,
way.
yeah, but
Like
people
that's
should be
be
allowed to.
sensible about what comes
not
out your
on
mouth,
media.
bro.
This
Nah,
is
nah,
what I was
you-
saying
nah,
last
you
time.
actually
You
should.
can't
can't
when
what?
you're on a platform like on TV and stuff. You can't say whatever you
Nah,
want.
you-
I'm sorry.
it's-
you can't.
it's actually
It's not an
dangerous once you
opinion.
censor.
place.
Yeah, actually, it's
not
dangerous.
a place for your
He
opinion.
knows
Nah,
it's dangerous.
It's dangerous to censor though. Censorship is super dangerous, man.
Why is that?
How do you think?
In terms of the slope or what?
Yeah, exactly. Because where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Where do you draw
That's
the
the
line?
thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, let's be real. Piers Morgan was a very vital part of why that show
whole-
was
why it's
why the
popular
show was
what it
so
is, yeah.
popular.
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? Controversial. Speaks about things people are thinking
Outspoken.
about. You know what I
Wants to
mean?
say.
It's kind of real with. He's real with it.
Exactly. The minorities he's speaking of.
And-
I'm not talking about the racist minorities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Majorities.
I don't think he's a racist, to be honest. Like
I just think-
genuinely, I think he's old and out of touch, but I don't think he's racist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
If you feel he's
It's
racist,
already.
you can say
No,
that as
I
well.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think he is racist, but I just think that his freedom of speech, again, the
too
censorship.
liberal with
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
It's
Too
like
liberal
it's like
with
it's
the
like what you were
freedom,
saying about Donald Trump. I don't know if he's racist.
Bro, this,
Nah, he's racist.
I don't know.
there's a certain point where the only color they care about is green. It's just money. That's all you care about.
Facts.
And so it's like, and you'll find the Arabs around them and the blacks around them and
Yeah.
whoever around
Whoever
them
in that
sees
kind of circle.
everyone the same way as well. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They don't care about their own people either. It's
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's so we can't even imagine that.
We wouldn't be able to unless we're in that
Unless
circle.
you get to them circles, bro, which I ain't trying to.
I'm not trying to do that.
We should ask
Don't invite
Kanye.
me.
We asked Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye West,
I don't even think he was in the circle. he was just there for the
outside the
time.
club kind of.
He's not allowed in.
Damn, bro. But hey, man, let's talk about your journey, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes,
What
sir.
about you?
Let's talk about Donald Trump.
I don't want to transition. Yeah, no, let's talk about your journey, man. In terms of, how did you? Because we like we said,
We went to
we
same
went
high
to same
school,
house,
this
you know?
guy.
You know,
This guy used to sing assembly, bro.
yeah, like we've seen the town. The town's been there and that, but it's like, how do you now get
But you
serious
used to
with
sing
it?
in assemblies.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You actually made that thing, pop a little bit.
Okay, see that's
You know what I
very
mean?
good because
Thanks, bro.
kids
Nah,
that
you
are
actually
good
had
at singing
swag
assembly
to it.
made assembly amazing. Kids that were not, made
Yeah.
terrible.
There's a line. There's definitely a line.
And like, but too many people just thought they were good because they were popular.
Yeah,
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Oh, you had that in your school?
So many, bro. Yeah, we had one dude, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kick you off stage.
Oh wow.
How bad could this have been?
Like if a teacher doesn't pull you off right now,
Yeah.
it's a fight.
I'm getting up.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
yeah.
tell us about the journey of like how you went from doing music at school, singing at assembly to like now, oh, I should want this to be part of my life.
I feel like God given. It's like the journey that I was meant to follow. I had to follow. It's not like I had really any say in it. I think the spark was in high school.
Yes.
A little interest in year 9 with Mr. Garces.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to him, bro.
But it was definitely a good time in high school.
Yeah.
A really weird time with the joints that I was singing. I thought I liked that stuff. But it was a whole learning curve. High school was good. High school, I enjoyed high school.
It was a vibe, yeah.
Especially year 12. Year 12 was a very, very heartbreaking year, but also a good year.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean? But I don't know, like from high school, after that, I think the first year uni, lost. Don't know what I was doing. I thought I wanted to teach. Parents were like, oh, why don't you try nursing? Man, I went to nursing, loved that. Loved it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. If I was to finish it, I would have become a mental health nurse.
Wow.
I love my mental health placement.
That's good.
I loved it. And then I don't know, my mum asked me this question and she was like, are you gonna finish this course? My answer was like, pardon?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah, it was. And it was so left of what she would talk about, you know what I mean? And I was like, maybe. Like, I mean, if I have to. And nursing is not a job where you want to go up, wake up every day of your life and you have maybes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got
It's not
people's
a maybe kind of
you got
thing, man.
people's lives in your
Exactly.
hands, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
and then I was like, shit, like, sorry, I can't say that.
No.
Man, like I don't want to be waking up every day and have like if buts and maybes on people's lives and they're you know on the deathbed and like this is serious.
Yeah.
Like I can't be waking up like that. So then it was, man, my parents like switched. They 180. They were like, all right, get a full-time job so you can fund your music.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's very dope.
So very
I
blessed,
love
man. Very blessed. And this is coming from a family that didn't want anything or didn't see any potential in music. But my parents were so supportive of my music all throughout high school. With the singing lessons and the equipment and the drives to cover gigs and all this stuff in restaurants and stuff like that. But they never saw it in their eyes as a thing. It was only over the last 2 years or when I dropped out of uni that they were like, okay, like he's really going for it.
Yeah.
But I think their sense of security was me getting that full-time job
Yeah.
so that I had my foot in the market, I guess, or an income. So yeah, that's how it just switched. And then everything went out from there. And then I started figuring out like what type of music I want. I was into like Matt Colby and like folk sort of stuff, like acoustic, Ed Sheeran kind of joints.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I still love those guys. I love
It's good music.
Yeah, I honestly, I'll never like not listen to like Matt Colby and be like, I hate this. I love his music. But where I'm at right now, R&B. So
Yeah.
like it just switched, and I was like, damn, this is what I want to try, and it just stuck. It just stuck like that, and that's where I'm at now. And then for I think 2019, I released 11 songs.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did a
Because-
project, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did first EP, Love Bermuda,
Yeah.
and then last year's one was Worldstar.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think I was listening to one of your songs, and then I was like,
Bro,
this is,
show and tell is my jam.
and I was like,
Yeah,
That's my jam, bro.
I love that song.
That's one of my
and
favorite
obviously the
songs, man.
vibe that you get from it, I'm like, bro, this is a complete different guy from, because obviously you've been singing for a long time, and I was like, there's a whole different vibe right here, and I was just curious when I was listening to it, I was like, where did this transition happen?
Yeah. It was when I wrote a song called Drugs.
Yeah.
In like 2018, and then
Tried it sober or?
yes, legitimately,
Yes.
yeah.
Legit what?
I wrote it sober.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear because these guys were all giggling. But yeah.
I didn't do that stuff. But I was watching like an interview about like Whitney and Bobby and that whole like thing, and I wrote a song about how drugs affects a relationship, and that's the song.
Yeah.
And it was like this weird rhythm that I was playing on the piano, and I was like, yeah, damn, I like this. I've never felt like this before. And then it just stuck. And then I started writing songs all like this. And then I started listening to music like that. And then it turns out it was R&B. It turns out it was R&B fueled and R&B essence and things like that. So I was like, I want to explore this. And it just stuck. And now I think it's getting more experimental because now I found the importance of being different, being ahead of your time with things like that. And like, I look up to people like Gambino, Frank Ocean, producers, you can say Timbaland, these guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
amazing.
And then you have these low key cats.
Yeah.
Hold on. My brain had to process that one. Like Brent Fires.
Yes.
Yeah.
His producer D-Pat. Then you got Lucky Day.
Yeah.
Lucky Day.
With an E,
With an E, and his producer D-Mile. They're already calling this D-Mile guy the young Quincy Jones. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I started feeding into this music and then I just never got out. And then I'm like focusing on these guys now who are being different. And it's so hard to do that right now. But yeah.
Yeah, like how do you stick to that then? Like if you like it's not necessarily what you see the general people like consuming around you. Yeah. So it's like if you know this is just you like it, you're in this in that space creatively. It's like how do you know you can continue to like how do you fuel that? How do you keep doing it? I
feel like it's got to come from you. It has to come from you with the intention of you writing music that heals you. Thing about music is like when I write songs, like I'm so in my head sometimes about like, will people like this? Will they relate to this? But I have no control over how people interpret my music. Yeah. Like you said, you like show and tell. It could make you feel like something completely different to how I felt when I wrote
where
it.
you're at.
Like what was I writing about? You know what I mean? Like your interpretation of my songs are completely different and completely different to everyone else's. So like I feel like a battle that I face constantly is letting go of that. Of that expectation that people will vibe with my music all the time. I remember seeing an interview with Timbo and Swizz, and he says, I posted on my Instagram, and he said, everyone's ahead of their time. You know what I mean? Timbo was ahead of his time, Swizz was ahead of his time, and then people catch on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were saying the same thing about Frank. When he dropped Channel Orange, people were like, whoa, what's this? This is so cool. He had the traction because obviously he had a label. He was part of Odd Future. He had that traction going on, but this is weird. And then he drops, I think by the time he dropped Blonde, people were like, I get it. That's Frank Ocean. Like, this man created a wave. You know what I mean? And I think that's what every artist should aspire to do. You don't see anyone come out right now and they're the same as someone else.
At least you hope not.
Yeah, exactly right.
When you say like you let go of, like you just let go of it, you're thinking, you get in your head, you're thinking about this, that, and then you just realize you let go. Do you think that comes from the fact that you also have the kind of background to this whole reason why you're doing this of like, this is just the path that you're on. It's like, you feel like this is just placed in you and you're just walking it. Like, does that help in terms of how you're just able to release?
Yeah. The funny thing about like, if we take it back 2 years when I started doing R&B sort of soul stuff, like my relationship with God, like flew up, like it increased exponentially, because I started believing in things that I started having faith. Yeah, that's that sort of thing.
Oh, no. That was a good song.
Yeah, I was gonna mention about I need faith. I was gonna talk about that.
That one's a bit personal. That's
I could feel that was very personal. Yeah. I mean, I'll ask the question I want to ask later. Yeah. Stay on this track of thought where you're at now.
Yeah. So I started, really believing in my God. I'm a Catholic and we've been raised Catholic Christians all our lives. Never understood what it meant. So when I started doing this type of music, I was like, where is it coming from? All these singers, gospel backgrounds. The singing school that I went to, gospel background. Yeah. Like that's all we would do. We would sing gospel songs. Yeah. And my coach, David Jans, he would very big
like with the
Oakley?
Yeah, the spot that people actually do the shows at and stuff, or because I know that is that the one with the
it is the one.
I know. I think I know what I'm talking about. I think
they've been around for a while. It's
been for a time. Yeah.
So I started with David, a guy that owns it like years ago. I think I've stopped this year, but it's been almost like 10 years.
Yeah, wow.
So like we started in high school, and it was because of him that my relationship with God like really thickened. He started making me think about like, yo, maybe this isn't me. You know what I mean? Like maybe like everything that I sing, every note that I sing, every word that I write isn't really me. And then it was just the conversation with myself and how I want to execute that. And that's where that transition came, to start believing in like letting go of these physical and materialistic things. And I'm still sort of battling that
Yeah,
because
it's a tough battle, yeah.
it's hard to like let go of expectations and opinions and things like that, because music industry and any creative industry is built upon the opinions of others. And it's
successful based on the opinions of others.
exactly right. Let's just say Drake shouts out my song tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got to shout out Drake for all the success he's given me. You know what I mean?
Dang, that's facts, bro. Yeah.
So that's facts. So let's take a step back. So your parents say, "Yo, get a full-time job and fund your music."
Yeah.
How do you start to maneuver from there? How do you start building your connections? Because with music, there's no blueprint, man. Then that's why it's so tough, I think, with music, because you don't know. Everyone's got their own journey.
Yeah, I was lost.
And like obviously, like even if I'm in the same industry as you with whatever it is, I can say, "Yo, how did you go on about this? How'd you do that?" It makes sense easy. But when it comes to music, those kind of areas, it's like, yo, you got your own journey in a way.
Yeah.
You can. It's hard to kind of get that blueprint. You can be like, oh, how'd you start doing this, whatever. But yeah, from that moment, where'd you go and how'd you start?
It fell into place like crazy.
Yeah.
Vince found me after I deferred my uni course.
He was just waiting around the corner. It's like, let me wait for this guy. Let me wait for this
He
guy
had
to
this-
jump out. Go, get it.
The guy said, you still ain't dropped out yet? Oh, I'll check it
Damn,
again
he's really
tomorrow.
serious about this thing?
He wants to be a nurse. Damn. He heard you dropped out?
But yeah, he did. It was like that.
No way.
It was super weird.
That's so
because
good.
I deferred my course. He hits me up. He's got this thing called Brand X.
Yeah.
He's starting off. He wants to manage me, and I'm shitting
Wow.
myself. I was
Wow.
like, he's never managed anyone. I've never had a manager, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like, all right, let's
Let it
suss
be.
this out.
Where could this go? And now 2 years later, we got something called Hidden Sun. So
That's like a joint venture kind of thing.
it's his. Yeah, so his and my other manager Josh, they're the co-founders of what we call Hidden Sun Records, which is a management team now. And obviously we'll venture into other things. But he found me, and everything just started falling into place. I got that full-time job a couple of weeks after that.
Wow.
And it was just happening weirdly, like for me not to comprehend it. I couldn't comprehend it. So I was so like engrossed in what was happening. And then it became from 1 to 2 times a week. I'd see him at this garage studio we had. And then every day for 2 years, I'd be in the studio constantly. And then now this is where it's ended up. I'm just blessed to have a good team.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have good people around me, like we were talking at the start, to like push me even when I'm not feeling like going.
Yeah.
Like I'm not always trying to like produce and write music. I haven't written a song close to a month now.
So that's long. That sounds. That's long for you. Yeah. 'Cause this is what you
Because
do.
that's work.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh,
I'm
I've got
like-
that job in a month.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, that's
Imagine
not
we
that long, bro.
in a month. It's like, that's a long time then. Actually,
But during that time, we've been working other things. Like we got the live show. We've got this. We've got like marketing strategies, how the company's going to move in the future, things like that. So we've been busy in other ways.
Yeah.
But like to me, as a creative, as the artist, like it like gets to me when I haven't written.
You get the itch a little bit. Yeah,
you know what I
It's
mean.
like, okay, it's
Like,
exciting
it's about
now,
time.
bro.
Like, and I think maybe I haven't focused on it too much, but I think even when I think I'm not working, there are things happening.
Yeah.
The ball is moving. It's not like
just stationary.
It's so good when things just fall in place.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's meant for you.
Yeah.
You know.
And at the time, you don't think it is.
Oh, you don't think.
It's
You,
not
you-
just
start
like
listening
nothing's
retrospect.
happening and then suddenly it all happens.
and then everything
Yeah.
happens at
Yeah.
once. Tell you, that guy's running around the corner for you, bro.
You talk about team a lot and stuff, and it's like clearly you're pretty collaborative in your nature.
Yeah.
But then how much of it, like I know, like we see you like collaborate with like Olivia and stuff quite a bit. Like, she's been on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Very dope person.
Shout
but it's
out, Olivia.
like how
Shouts
much
out.
of it for you is because like a lot of the content is pretty personal, especially with your music.
Yep.
So how much do you let people speak into that and not let it affect the art that you want to make?
Yeah, very important. That's a really good question. I think I haven't had to face that so far because I've written all my songs.
Yeah.
Olivia, I've known Olivia for a while, and it's over the last, I think maybe year and a half, maybe last year, that we got really close. Myself, Vince, and Liv and Josh, and now she's also being managed by. So she's a Hidden Sun girl. So she's also being managed by Vince and Josh, and like that in itself became even more closer. But I think, even if I did write a song, and if it was one of them to be like, I need you, like, I think it'd be best to change that line.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just trust them.
Yeah.
True, that's
So, like, Liv, the reason why music sounds like the way it does, or at least I think it sounds good, but
Sounds good. Yeah.
because Olivia, Olivia, and all my, like, the big songs like Love Bermuda, the whole EP, she vocal produced. I Need Faith, she vocal produced. A lot of my songs, she's always been that person.
What does that mean,
That's
vocal
awesome.
produced? Because I know producing is like
The beat and
sound,
stuff,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing, yeah,
So
but-
vocal production is like the delivery of vocals.
So she tells you sing
Yeah.
a line this way. Or,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
she's
okay.
like, take a breath before this line.
See.
Important, fam.
So
So
this
it's almost
yeah.
like movie director. in a
exactly
way.
right, and she's honing down on like she sings backing vocals in all my songs basically.
Wow.
And she does all the harmonies
Dope.
and she constructs all of that. And vocal production is essentially making sure that the vocals are as good as they can be. Yeah, as good as they can be, from delivery to the words that you're saying. From when you start changing line, that means you're putting your foot in the co-writing situation.
That's actually pretty crazy. I legit thought the artist guys, I think I'm gonna hit a high note right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No reason.
Told you to do that?
but it's so crazy how
Yeah,
like
vocal
someone,
production.
yeah.
So like I would write a line and I would sing it one way, and Liv was like, "How about we do it this way?
How about yeah?
How about you sing it this way?" We track that, and it's like,
See how that goes.
damn, that sounds good.
So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel that like
That's amazing.
a lot of the stuff that we want to see, like in terms of companies, or like we talk a lot about like podcast network and things like that, sporting academies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, how do you guys feel that like it's literally in our hands to do these things? Like, because with the management and like where you guys are trying to go with Hidden Sun Records and stuff, it's like that kind of thing. Like that's what we know we need, or the city needs, or like the people creators around us need, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you're not seeing that being created by people that have the money or the resources currently.
Of course.
It's like it's grassroots right now. A lot
Yeah.
of these things. How do we feel like that? It's all actually in our hands. Like we are the ones that have to
beautiful,
build
bro.
these things up.
Well, I think it's two things. One, it's your calling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got your higher being. You got God telling you that, pushing you in this direction. That happens to say, I want you to start a podcast called The Disruption Podcast. And then it's the want for it in the community. You go out, I'm being real here, I haven't seen anything like this.
Oh, dope. Thanks, man.
Who here in this scene, this Melbourne scene, this Australian scene, I don't see anything like The
That's cool
Disruption
because we hear
Podcast.
that from everyone as well.
Okay, word.
Bro, every guest like over the last few times, they're like, no one's doing this.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's
sir.
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And like,
Yes, sir.
it pushes you in this way, and
Yeah.
like, there's this need for this sort of thing, or this want, or not even if there isn't any traction there, but you're just creating something that's new.
Yeah.
So I think that's the two things that are most important when
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I want to do this now." And I think Vincent Josh's idea about it is like, people talk so much, like give so much praise to the Melbourne scene of music and R&B, and they're like, wow, music is so rich in Australia, it's so rich in Melbourne. Melbourne named the #1 musical city
Did I?
a couple of years ago. Yeah, it was. And they're like, but who comes out of here? Guy Sebastian. He was good. He had a big run. But where's everyone else?
Melbourne?
No.
Earth. But either way.
Yeah.
Earth?
Yeah.
But like, he had battle scars, and that went off
yeah,
in the
yeah.
States.
Oh,
Australia.
Yeah,
you
that
guys-
was-
that was
from-
insane, huh?
You got Kid Leroy. You know what I mean? Big things.
Well,
Yeah. Roll's another big one.
yeah, it's our song was
No.
14. I saw him perform.
Yeah. Where'd you see it perform?
He opened up for Khalid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw him open up for Angus and Julie Stone.
Oh, this guy doing things, bro. Where these people at, bro?
Around.
So how do you come out of-
Big
He's
now,
big.
right? He's big.
Yeah.
He's doing real.
Couple mil followers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's,
Wow.
he's big.
So how do you come out of Melbourne?
Is that what the goal
So
is?
this
then?
is
Yeah.
what it is, right? It's because I saw this tweet this week, and it's very dope. I like this thinking, right? And I think it's from Issa Rae, the actress, and she said, networking isn't about connecting to people above you. It's about connecting with people on your level and rising together.
Facts.
That's a cool way
That's
of thinking
nice.
about
That's
it.
actually pretty
So
cool.
that's getting
Yeah.
us on our sides and you on your sides right now before we all
Good.
You know, the
For
trajectory
sure,
goes
yeah.
up. Or even when then, you know, but it's like, and then grab the next person our size and the next person and
Exactly.
And keep
just
going.
make a full, you know, spider web basically.
How do you balance that as opposed to like, how do you go, all right, let me get there and now become a door opener
Pull people
and
up.
pull people up, or let's become a force to be reckoned with
Yeah.
that we all go up at the same time?
I feel like
How do you
there's-
balance which one is the
There's risk to
what
both
do?
things. You know what I mean? You're gonna have, if you're gonna do the first way where you're gonna do yourself first, you're gonna make a spot for yourself first and be like, I want to bring people up
Yeah.
now, or you want to be like, all right, we can do this together, but it may take 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like you gotta understand that you're not gonna pop off overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, man, no.
Sure.
There's no way.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean?
I think I kind of see it almost like a college basketball team versus an NBA team, where it's like a college team, you can't just build a star, you build a full team, bro. Because these guys all need to make it to the league.
Exactly
You know,
right.
but like the Lakers can go, we want LeBron, now we'll build around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, honestly,
that
yeah.
makes sense. But you're not going to be
Everything.
like, oh, let's play the long term, you know, for like, people
Nah.
have tried, the Golden State's been trying that for a couple
Hey,
years.
leave
now.
Golden State alone.
It's not happening.
Yeah,
not.
hey, leave my guys alone,
Leave
bro.
Chef Curry and them ones
You ain't gotta
alone,
go put
man.
them like that.
Uh-uh.
But the
had their
balance
run.
is hard.
To be able to balance that out, yeah.
The balance
Like,
is
I was
hard.
just gonna leave it at that. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm telling you more.
balance is hard. He looks around. Like Carlos.
Hey, that statement was unbalanced.
Yeah,
Bro.
I mean. No.
Let him
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, no, wait, what?
Hey, we're not out of topics. We can find new ones.
No. I'm trying to ask you a question.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
Wait, what do you
He's
mean?
just looking around.
No.
bro.
Like I'm trying to ask you a question, but I'm
Down
trying to.
here.
We start again. The balance is hard.
Yeah. There you go. Kick off.
No, I was trying to ask you a question, but I was like thinking at the same time because it's like, you know, yeah, you want to balance it, but at the same time, it's like you want other people to also have that similar vision to what you're doing in order for you guys to go together,
Yeah.
right? So, example, if you don't have like similar vision to what we have, then it's almost like, what you doing the podcast in a way?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we kind of have the same vision. We're trying to open up platforms
Exactly
for other
right.
people,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
Exactly what it is. So that's how we have, and that's the thing that we that's common with all our guests is that what our vision kind of aligns with their vision in a way,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of good to have you all on, and that's how we can all connect,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so that's what that balance is hard, but because if we want you on, but we don't see that you have a similar vision to what we're trying to do,
Yeah.
that becomes
It won't
real tough.
resonate.
It won't.
Yeah.
You know, now it looks like we just have you guys on
Yeah.
just for the sake of having you guys on. And we've seen interviews when you have people on just for the sake of having them on, and those interviews are whack. You know,
there are keys to those things though, like, you know,
Yeah.
like publicity and things like that.
Exactly right.
Like we say, like, you know, man, Kanye West is on TDP next week. Everyone's gonna be on you guys. Like,
yeah,
That's
legit.
it's high profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not be relevant to what you're speaking
Anything
about.
at all, yeah.
You know what I mean? You may have Piers Morgan on your show. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, nice one, bro.
Hey, can we just hold on? I love the way Carlos actually hit the word count for that answer as well. Like,
What?
he actually ended up getting
Oh, he actually ended up saying something that was substantial.
Oh no, because I had it. You
man.
know?
Multitasking.
Good job.
But yeah, no, like,
Nah, you're facts,
but
that's
you know what
facts.
the thing is with that, right? Is like this right now is a slow burn,
Yeah.
right? And I think that again breeds longevity.
Come on. There's that word again. Second time
Kanye
today.
appearance or a
Exorbitant.
Piers Morgan appearance or whatever. It's like, whoa, look what they're doing, and then it can fizzle out.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, if it's not that good that it retains people, which is rare
For
that
sure.
it would. You know, that's like it's almost like a one-hit wonder in
Yeah.
music. You know, it's like
Exactly
you could,
right.
you could
You
go
could.
straight number one, whatever, and then
You could, but how are you gonna retain
Boy
that?
JB and you never have a song again.
Oh,
He's
leave
really-
Rock Boy alone.
Like I like the guy, but he's not gonna have another song.
That's true.
Designer,
Oh man.
you know.
Nah,
Yeah.
trust. Timmy Chen was a vibe.
Yeah, but
Dude,
I actually really like that song.
it's a good song.
I actually don't like the song.
Hey, what's the
You don't.
neck tap? What is it?
Bro, I see Naruto in that.
I see
Is that
clearly
what's
anime
that
stuff.
Uchiha clan.
Uchiha clan,
Uchiha
bro.
clan.
Oh.
Come
Oh,
on.
you could Uzumaki and Uchiha.
Yep. So
That's
he's committed
cool.
to being
Hey,
good.
big man.
I said committed to
I'm a
being
big
it.
weeb.
Hey, big man.
Wow.
love
Pick one, bro.
Yeah.
You can't be Uzumaki
Nah,
and
you
uh,
definitely
It's
can.
balanced.
You
It's the
definitely
balance
can.
though, yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but then what's
you
the-
gotta be
what's the-
there.
you said it's owl?
So this is an owl.
Wisdom.
It's we're talking about like wisdom. I'm 10 years older than my brother, so I've always felt like I've had like this third parent sort of thing, and this is that sort of symbolism for that maturity kind of thing.
And then you
dope.
got more tats like
yeah,
that as well,
yeah.
yeah.
So I got the full sleeve up here.
Full sleeve even. Yeah, man. See, that was the first big thing. I was like, yeah, this is a different guy, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't rich, man. I start seeing the signs like, yeah, Reese different, bro.
The guy messaged you was like, hey, you know that Reese from your from your yeah, the same dude, bro. His fashion is different.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna talk about even with I Need Faith, yeah, because you said that was very, very personal.
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of like, yeah, you're open with it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Just you were talking, you doing your thing on that, right? Even with the rollout of it, there was a lot of I think you used the Bible verse in particular.
Yes, I did.
think,
Corinthians.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which verse it was though.
I want to say 2 Corinthians verse
It was
3.
like 5:3 or something, 3:5 or something, something like that.
But the verse was, I think it was, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
You used one in Corinthians as well. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, now I need to get it, bro, for sure. Yeah, the actual verse. of
That's
it, yeah.
the thing.
Yeah,
Faith is this.
Yeah.
Is
'Cause I know the one in
this is-
Hebrews, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's what it says. Like it's the substance of of things not seen.
Where did that come from then? I guess. Yeah. Like, what's the?
My sing teacher, he would drill in these Bible verses to us,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And-
So dope.
and it was just like why is this making so much sense?
Yeah.
And it was like, what is faith? Like, you know, like faith is the substance of things hoped for. So everything that we hope for, it's faith. And then when we can't make sense of all these things happening, that's faith.
Still faith, bro.
You know what I mean?
So
It's just what it is. It's your belief in God. It's your higher being, your consciousness, your
Will to move on
universe.
as well.
Exactly right. And how you move on, you can't explain that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that why there's clouds on the cover? Because it's like you can't touch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
when
just
the art clicks.
yeah.
I like
Looking
that.
up.
Yeah.
So that cloud was just there for something that floats, that's there,
Yeah.
but not always there, but that is there, and it's always above us. So
When it's I Need Faith, what does that mean? Like, what, as an artist, where were you coming from in terms of saying that? Like, yeah.
faith. So that song tells us a story about like wanting to live, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it's like when I wrote that song, the first line that ever came out of when I wrote down was "Where are you?" And then the song built around that.
I like that the way you opened it. Even
Yeah.
I ain't gonna try to sing it. But you hit some notes on that, even, bro. Yeah.
So I when I wrote "Where Are You," I was like, okay, maybe I want to get a little deep with this. You know, this may be my only opportunity. I don't know how people are gonna react.
Yep.
But like, you know, I think but to this day, it's probably one of my most real songs besides like "Serenity" off my last.
Good. It's a real good song.
So I was just like, yeah, let's speak real. I sang it to Vince and another friend, and they were like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is great. Let's record this. Let's
Yeah.
get this down. So we got it down. Olivia vocal produced it, and yeah, we just released it from there. I think it was the quickest process for
Word. That's just organic then when it's like that.
Yeah.
yeah, I had to fight for the beat though. Vince, Vince was going off this thing, and he was like, "Oh, I want to make like this orchestra, like music and stuff like that."
Wee.
And I was like, he played it, and I was like, "Can I have it?" and he was like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm gonna release it like as a thing." He's like, "No, no." He's like, "I can't hear anyone on it." Like, no, I was like, "Please, please, just like let me write on it." I swear, I'll show you next time. I'll show you tomorrow.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah. So I wrote in like half an hour. Went the next day studio, sang it to him. He's like, "All right, it's yours."
Man, that's a work for
It's
it,
cool,
bro.
those stories,
nice,
like
bro.
especially when you hear it with like the big guys, like the famous
Yeah.
guys, and you're like, yo, that wasn't meant to be Jay-Z's beat, that was meant to be someone else.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't want to hear Ja Rule on this.
Oh
Nobody cares
wow.
what Ja Rule has to say.
I like
Yo,
that.
hey, just by the way, man, I got a jet.
Oh, is it now? Oh, damn.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you. This wasn't long enough. We got to kick it
See you
sometime.
soon.
yo.
Of course, for sure.
Mm.
Take care, yo.
Oh, man.
Take care, brother.
So
No more, no.
May as well, yeah. Do forward like a look on. Yeah.
Look at each other.
Bye, no.
That was looking interesting, bro.
Well, so with music, yeah, how do you get better?
Oh,
Is there like a music teacher that's always there? Like, how does that process work?
Yeah.
I had a singing teacher.
Yeah.
That was
what
good.
about like now?
Now, creatively, I'm going to through a different sort of phase. I'm trying to get more into production. So like making the music off my beat, off my songs and stuff like that. I did that. My last song, Vision, I produced and wrote.
Yeah.
And then Vince helped me out, like, you know, bringing that production to life and things like that. So we did some additional production. And then so I'm trying to get more immersed within my music, because like, you know how we sang like move with intent and things like that. Like when the music is from you and like you're speaking about your truth, like it's hard for people not to connect to it in their own way. You know what I mean? Because the music's real.
For sure.
So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to make music that really means something to me, and makes me feel something. Because I'm like, I don't think I was ever into like, because all the other songs that I've ever written, like before this EP, like the first year and things like that, I was like, are people gonna like it? Oh, I think people are gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Like this sounds cool. I'm trying to go deeper with my music now.
Yeah, man. No, that's what it's at. How do you? Because you did the whole rollout that you did for I Need Faith. I'm still hung up on that. The whole rollout they did for that. Yeah, you're really putting yourself out there in terms of professing faith.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we live in a world where that's not necessarily at the forefront of everyone's mind. So how, as an artist, knowing that this is something that people are going to have opinions on, people are going to consume and you know, receive in different kind of ways. How do you know, like, I'm still just going to do it? And
you proofread what you're posting. Definitely you don't want to step on anyone's toes. Because you know, when you're speaking from a place of Christianity and Catholicism, you know, not all of my followers are Catholics. We've got Muslims, we've got Hindus. And like, you got to respect that as well. But one thing that is constant in every single religion is faith. You can't go wrong.
True.
So when I was speaking about my interpretation of the song, I made sure to be real with what I was saying, but also in the way that I was saying it, leave it up to interpretation.
As in allow people to apply it to their own.
Exactly right. Yeah, I didn't want that song above all else to be something that I put a story in people's heads. That song is not made. I thought of that song as a song to like be there for people. Yeah.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
With music, do you see yourself kind of doing it in Melbourne, or do you see yourself? Because I know, like with Olivia, she does a lot of stuff. Is it in Atlanta?
She did a lot of stuff in the States.
Yeah. So do you see yourself kind of going different places to the States, and it's like, okay, I want to build something there, or do you see yourself building something here more? Like, if you kind of
definitely, as a Hidden Sun collective thing, it is building the bridge between here and the States. As much as we want to say we can do music from like wherever we want to, LA has a big, and Atlanta, New York, all these guys, they have a big scene there, and they've got quite like a notoriety about what they do and things like that. So it's like building bridges and networking and connecting to places where we can lift our city. So it starts here. It starts here by building that foundation, and then when we're recognized or we have that power to go over to the States and things like that, we will. Like it's not, but definitely our intentions are to be global.
When you're like pure and open like that, I think I asked another guest recently too, in terms of how do you allow that to be out there? Like, people have this interpretation of you, or they can see literally your whole life story in the one song,
like
or
what
the
you
other,
struggled with.
what you struggled with, and all that. How do you feel that that's there for people to like look at?
Because literally, you could have walked in the door, I could have been like, "Bro, are you still recovering from?"
You know what I mean?
Like, because you know, you kind of catch your drift there,
Because as I said, I Need Faith was personal. It's like a conversation that I had with God, and nothing like that is ever like light. You know what I mean? I think I'm cool with I Need Faith being out. Like I don't ever have any like bad sort of feelings about it. If people ever came up to me, but I think what the common ground for that song is that when it came out, it was like a release, a release of what had happened to me or what was going on. So I think people took it that way, because of how it sounds and the way I wrote it and things like that. Like, I'm glad that it got the response that it did. But yeah, I think it was, to me, it was like letting go of another story.
I was thinking with music, because I was like, you know, I don't mind, saying what I'm going through. But how do you balance?
Okay, I thought this guy was going to say he's trying to start. You know what I mean? Trying to start a little something.
I mean, I am working on sounds.
Surely.
So how do you balance, like, okay, because I'm a private person in a way, right? So what would be your advice to someone who's trying to be vulnerable, but at the same time trying to be private in a way? Or is that kind of style of music, would you say that doesn't suit you?
It's hard. You're speaking about like two different spectrums.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Like
So
Like different.
it is,
yeah.
but it's like I want to be there, but at the same time, it's like I want to sing about, I want to release it, but
Yeah.
I'm also trying to keep that distance of,
Yeah,
you know, being private in a
Yeah.
way as well. So
oh, for sure. So you got people like Frank Ocean, who speaks subliminally. They speak in messages and stories, and that's what like I want to get into. Like he's like one of my all-time favorite writers.
he's good.
Yeah, and he writes stories in such a strategic way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you know what it means, but you don't know what it means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's too good, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He's actually too good.
Like he's got a song. He's got a song called "Crack Rock."
Yeah.
Where you hear "Crack Rock," you think about drugs,
Yeah.
but it's about a person being alienated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I need that.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hidden
yeah,
message.
yeah. Okay.
You're crazy, huh?
And like you've got, you know what I mean. Like Forrest Gump, he's related his first love to someone so different. You know what I mean?
Even
Yeah.
Super Rich Kids is my jam, man. To this day, that's my
For
favorite. One of
sure.
my favorite songs.
And it's so literal. Yeah, the stories like
It's like what it actually is
Yeah.
really talking about. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, bro, you're moving different. With
Exactly.
this.
So is that what you're trying to do?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
That's art, huh?
yeah.
It
I would say
is.
That's
the,
when you're taking like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
that's-
like art
I say
form
the
now, bro.
epitome of art is like
Yeah.
you be able to express yourself in such a way
That
that people understand whether or not you're saying I like to eat apples or the apple fell down on the ground and a piece of me fell with it. You know what I mean?
Oof. Wait, hey, hold on. Damn, bro. yeah, man, legit.
Someone caught that.
No, but that's the level. If you to ask me a level of songwriting that I want to get to,
Yeah.
it's Frank
Yeah.
Ocean level.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome.
yeah, because I was gonna say like, how are you gonna elevate in your music? And I think that's definitely a factor.
Yeah.
Is there other factors that you say, hey, if I do this, that's really gonna elevate my music?
Yeah. Like other things like songwriting. I think above all else, it's like you got to keep doing it.
Gotta
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're just gonna get
like
better.
that's
yeah.
what I find myself sort of battling with as well. Like sometimes I'm so unmotivated to produce a song because one, like I'm scared whether or not it'll turn out shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
thought of that is like, like if I know it's gonna turn out ratchet ass, like I don't wanna do it. And then I have, like I said, a good team, Vince, that pushes me to like. He's like, yeah, man, like you need to produce, like you do this, like he pushes me and he puts me in a good mindset to do it. But above all else, it's just doing it over and over and over
Yeah.
again, until you get to the stage where you have to do it over and over and over again because you're never the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna ask, how do you kind of balance? Let's say you drop a song, and then everyone's going crazy with that kind of song. Let's say you talk about faith, and everyone loves it, but then your next song you don't want to talk about faith. So how do you kind of balance? Like, okay, I know everyone loves this, but I want to move on and still do other things. So what's your experience with that?
That's a good question. That's so hard because, like, you know, when there's so much hype about a song,
About a song.
you don't want it to let you don't want to
You
let it
don't
go.
let it go.
Because you're like, oh, you guys want to talk? You want me to stay here?
I'll talk about it.
Stick around.
Because
Yeah.
we see the other artists say, yo, I know you're gonna like that, but I'm moving on. And
Yeah.
Drake is the
Yeah, I was
king
doing that's
of
Drake,
that.
bro. That's
Yeah.
the
Drake
guy just
said,
does
hey.
whatever. Right.
Headlines. I left it there. You think,
Yeah.
views.
I'm telling you, man, he's so true because you got
He's
Certified
sick.
Lover Boy that was meant to come outside of this year, and then he's got Scary Hours too.
Been waiting, man. I've been waiting on that.
You know what I mean? Like he that's exactly
yeah.
right. You know what I mean? And that's what I think when you build your loyal audience, like this is the main key for what I'm doing right now for myself is building that loyal audience that when you drop music, bang, they're listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where you're taking us, but I trust you.
But I
There's gonna
trust
be something.
that.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, or even now, my audience, my fan base is trickles down of Rinny's, like trickles down of Olivia's.
Yeah, because you and really, like, you guys spend quite a bit of time together. I don't know if you have you made
Yeah,
songs
we're
together?
friends, homies. Yeah,
You guys made songs together?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He's featuring on my song Temptation.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been in the studio quite a few times, things like that. And like I've been associated with those guys, love them. They basically put me on, like associated themselves with their live shows and the shout outs and all this stuff. Blessed. But now it's time to build this audience where they're here to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's great to have, you know, the numbers and things like that, but it does say when you see the statistics of like retention rate and then things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're trying to build that audience, and Brent Fires is the best example. Like, let's just talk about streams. He earns more than Young Thug off streams.
Damn.
Yo, that's
He's
very nice. Very
one,
nice.
one because he's independent, which is probably the big thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But still, the
and
fact that
two-
you got that audience. There,
exactly,
yeah.
and two, because that's what he built his brand off, streaming.
That's facts. Yeah, man. Even with the whole like, because what you just mentioned now in terms of like your audience kind of slowly, well, not slowly, but trickling down a little bit
Yeah.
from like associations with
Like they're
radio
mine,
stuff.
but they're not mine.
Yeah, it's like, how do you gain the confidence to say, all right, I'm gonna do like
Mm.
my thing now? It's
And
like,
you're
love,
gonna
thank
follow
you, but
me.
how do I actually make that shift?
Yeah.
To now doing my own thing. Like, where does that confidence even come from to do that?
I think you just got to start telling your own story.
Yeah.
So like, the last 2 years was me making songs along the same vibe that was associated with the music that was in the scene around Rinny and Olivia. Worldstar was probably the last year's music was probably the furthest away from anything that I've ever written. Like my most different type of music, and not related, but definitely the first year of music that I was doing in 2019 was closely related to that scene surrounding Rinny and Olivia, because like I wanted to get into that, you know what I mean? And
That excitement as
Exactly
well. Like,
right.
this is what's been done. Yeah, let me jump
like,
in.
Cool,
man.
like Liv's doing a mad song.
Yeah.
I could probably do the same sort of thing, and it's like it takes a lot for me to say that as well, because that's
No, legit. That's bro. I'm surprised that I'm like, that's confidence, bro. You know what I mean?
because but at the end of the day, like if you want to be it, you got to start getting things that are likable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I've just moved past that now. With the mentality that my team have now, it's just there's no point in being someone else.
Yeah.
And I only really understood that last year when I released I Need Faith, Worldstar, all these songs that are so left of what's happening in the Melbourne scene.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just the way it is now. And it's like we can be experimental, or we can make music that says, "Yep, that's RL King," and then market that. So that's the confidence to do that sort of stuff, is knowing that longevity.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna pop off now, but you will.
Eventually, man, that's
Yeah.
the goal. Isn't
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It? When we're talking about, I might end up actually taking us off my bed, but we'll see. We're only talking about like releasing music, but it's from a point of like I've been through this and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
During the week, I was thinking this like weird random thought. I don't know where it even came from, but like, yeah, I'm definitely taking us off. I realized, I'm definitely.
Let's go.
How do we? Because a lot of people make decisions when we're young. We do certain things. We're into certain things. When we're young, mainly. Even I can say up until even our age now, like we still make certain decisions and do certain things that are just. It's during the whole journey of finding, and sometimes it's just because of lack of education and some things. We just do dumb things.
Yeah.
How much do we hold people to things that they've done at that kind of point in time in their life, like now? Like decisions that we make now. Like I realized, man, like who am I to actually really, I forgot what I might have, I think I might have been thinking about like people that have gone into relationships in younger ages, right? And then like, let's say, I think I heard a dilemma. Yeah, I heard a relationship dilemma. That's what triggered this, And then let's say something had happened and there's a falling out and it's like, this girl hates the guy now, the guy hates the girl essentially, right?
Yeah.
And it's like because of decisions they made at the age of 18 or something,
Yeah.
right? Like at that point in time, you really don't know anything. You don't know who you are. You don't even know how to do a relationship. You don't know
Exactly right.
You don't know what you're trying to do on this world thing. You're just making decisions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But how much can we hold people to decisions made at this point in time? Like even things that we say you should have known better. Like you're old enough. Even things that we say that to,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, still like, can we still let these type of things go? Like how much do we hold people to these type of
You
decisions?
saying this age? Are you referring like high school or what are you saying?
Even now, man.
Like
Nah.
if we
now,
say something now,
you should know better.
Now, hold on, you're just stupid then. No.
Cause you in the mid-20s. Come on.
Because you hear stuff from people that are like 27, 30. And they're like, man, bro, at 24, 23, I didn't know what I was doing, man. I was this, that. I was aimless. I was whatever.
Comes to experience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you've never if you've never experienced that, then you can't say anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if your last relationship was, if your only relationship was at 24, and you're like, man, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Like what was I doing? The relationship you have at 28 is going to be completely different. So you can only hold yourself to decisions after like you've experienced it the second time. You know what I mean? Like let's just say like high school relationship. On the topic of relationships, I would say that like you only really know what you were doing back then when you experience something different. But it's the same.
Yeah. Okay. Can you guys say that you can give people slack in some things? Even people that like, I'm gonna throw it out there. People that are like cheated in the 18-year-old relationship or something. Like not an 18 year long.
When they were 18.
When they were 18 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it depends. If I don't see growth in you, like let's just say you made a mistake when you were 16, you cheated on your partner, it was your first relationship.
16, bro.
You didn't know anything. 16 is young.
That's what I'm like, yo, is that even
like you're entering the years where it's like, okay, you're now at a point where you're going to be held accountable for the things that you're saying, but it's also like you're still just getting out of your years where you can get away with some things, you know, you can get away with being reckless, you can get away with, but I'm not saying do it, you know, just because you can get away with it, but it's like, okay, if you did it and now we're looking back, you're 22, right? I think there's some things that can be forgivable, and I don't think necessarily it's because of age, it's just I think there's certain circumstances, because I know there's instances where people, like let's just say someone blows off and they become famous, you know, you're like millions of followers or whatever, and then someone pulls a tweet from like 2012 and then you said something like crazy ridiculous, right?
Sabrina
and it's
Claudia.
like, okay, it's been
Sabrina Claudia.
Yeah.
What was that one?
She like racist.
Oh, racist remarks and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's wild.
After
Doja
you
Cat,
popped off and
all
stuff,
of them. Yeah.
What was the
Doja Cat,
how many years in between?
2012.
Pretty much.
2012.
You know,
And they
everyone's really
recently
mad.
pulled it up now.
Last year they like pulled it up and they were like she's racist. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Real quick, how do you feel about that cancel culture?
Yeah.
Do you think she should get canceled for something that she said 2012?
maybe not necessarily that scenario, but even in general.
But just in general, when people say, "Oh, let's cancel them for what they did,"
Or even
I
you
think
say
it's-
something in your music, like in 2012, and then someone's like, "Oh, this lyric is a bit."
All right.
Tag is kind of
And they try and cancel. No, not you, but like, you know, someone who does make music, and it's like, okay,
Reese is like,
Yeah.
"Hold on, but how you feel about that?
I think it's so hard because it's like you said, like I really like what you said about growth. When you see growth in someone over 10 years time for something that they did 10 years ago,
Right.
you're going to disregard it. You're going to be like, you're a different person. Like I came in here, you guys are like, you're a different person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like decisions are made at a time of the circumstance that you're going through back then. It's so hard to judge them on that when you're completely different now. Unless you were directly involved in that situation
There's an
and you're
attachment.
affected by
Yeah,
that could be hard, you know what I mean, to do
Yeah.
that. On the basis of being cancelled, that's hard. That's really hard. It's tough to be like, does Sabrina Claudia get cancelled because she made a racist remark like in 2012? Because 2020 was the highest like relevance of like racism, like
yeah.
when the topic of racism.
When that pops up, then
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You know what I
hard
mean?
enough, yeah.
Everything goes off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not like racism stopped for 10 years.
Yeah.
What? Like, no, it didn't. It's just now it's just being highlighted. So like, there's zero tolerance for it. There should always be zero tolerance for it.
Always.
But
Yeah.
because it's there's a light shined on it, and because of it's peaking, and that's the reason why people would. I think it's just a big like when people get cancelled, it's just at that time. That's the reaction.
Yeah.
That's the overreaction
Yeah,
of what's
yeah.
happening. Daniel Caesar is another one.
Oh no, what happened to my guy Daniel, bro?
Daniel Caesar got cancelled.
Dang, bro. I mean, yeah. Again, I like how you did that.
Yeah,
Because
What does it mean?
My guy is
you
very
know what I mean.
talented.
What does it
What does
mean?
it mean?
It means
He
a
did the
couple.
same thing.
Some people didn't want to
Yeah.
listen to your. You know what I mean. They're still
Yeah.
fans. So are you canceling
Yeah.
them? There is no, you're not.
There was
You
a
just-
the situation in a shopping mall. White lady
Yeah.
used the N word on a black couple.
Yeah.
He hops on an Instagram live drunk, and she said the chick in the store said, "Why do you guys have to act like whatever?" And he hops on to live and he's like, "Yeah, why do we have to act like that? Why do we have to do it?" Some along that line.
Yeah.
And man, people cancelled him.
jumped on
People
it, yeah.
jumped on him, and it was ferocious. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about Daniel Caesar, Grammy nominated.
Yeah.
Had through 1 year of his
The
life.
nice guy that
Freudian,
everyone, you know what I mean?
everyone loves. You know, like this is a guy that sang the tunes that people cried to. And
Yeah, man.
You know,
That was your guy. Yeah.
yeah, you know, like Blessed and all that other being cancelled, and then we were like, okay, this will pass. You know what I mean? and then
Sometimes it doesn't.
it doesn't, because then I see the statistic of his second
Music and
album,
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Mad,
Case
bro.
Study 1.
Yeah.
That's when he released his new album. Was the lowest debut streamed album in the history of Billboard.
Nah, that's
Wow.
crazy, man.
Whoa.
Bro, social media will get you, bro.
Bro, social media
It is bad.
after
People
you.
making videos,
That's
man.
terrible.
High profile people
Social
making
media.
videos about you on YouTube saying Daniel Caesar's cancelled.
Yeah, bro. Social media will do it.
So-
to you. Yeah.
No, I was gonna,
careful.
yeah, honestly. So I was saying, yeah, obviously now that's the industry that you're in, right? And you see that people get canceled for saying some not even that crazy in the interview, yeah. For you, does that kind of add some type of pressure where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if I get to that level, when I get to that level,
Yes.
that does it feel like, yeah, you like
That's
that?
what I was gonna ask. Do you
When?
fear that anyway? Because there's
Yeah.
points. Even
Yeah.
some stuff we're doing
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So like, yo,
Now-
we probably need to clear that out.
Someone's gonna come to the archives and search up your interview. They're gonna search up your interview. Yeah.
So now do you feel that pressure of like, okay, when I get to that level, I can't really be me 100%, or does it feel like now I
You gotta
gotta
be careful now.
filter something? Yeah. So you gotta be. What's the difference between being careful and now filtering what you say?
In terms of filtering some of yourself. Are you
Yeah.
saying?
Now you gotta filter yourself. Let's just say in this interview, not interview, but like you jumping on today, right?
Yep.
Pause.
This guy's childish.
What?
Right? He's childish. Childish.
Sorry, wait.
Childish, bro.
What's he about to say?
Didn't you hear him? You're always so.
Oh, did I miss the
Man,
joke?
it's alright.
I missed the joke.
Nah, I said that for the jokes. Come on.
But yeah.
So like, yeah, you jump on the podcast today, yeah. You know that you can be you, right? And then next time, you know, you make it up there, and then you jump on another platform like this, and then now you know that you can't be you. So is that like you filtering yourself, or is that like now you being careful?
I think even on this show right now, I'm being careful.
Yeah.
Very smart.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a brand
honestly.
at the end of
You
the day.
have
Like,
to,
yeah,
you
that's
have
right.
to.
Yeah,
It's a business,
no, it's
isn't it?
Because now you got
bro.
a management, you got this,
Exactly
you got
right.
that. Yeah.
I got strings now, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The things attached now.
Yeah.
I can't
And it's not even necessarily only you. It's like, bro, there's a team that.
There's a whole
Behind
team
you.
that you're
Also,
holding
I'm,
on.
I'm
Yeah.
affiliated with other people's connections
Exactly
too.
right.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna go on another platform and be reckless, knowing that I've still got Norma or Carlos on this
Exactly
podcast?
right.
too?
We're calling him that name, bro. Hey, big man, what you said, huh?
You know what I mean? Because I think there's a certain level of like emotional intelligence
Yeah.
to it in
For
life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm making a group chat with Mawa and No. And yo, so what are we recording next?
Separate on the side, yeah. But yeah, no, like when we think about it, it's like I get the
Cancel.
difference. Yeah, cancel straight, right? It's like it's important to have emotional intelligence in life in
Yeah,
terms of
For
like
sure.
always hear read the room. It's like
It's upbringing too.
upbringing and stuff. It all gets in play. It's like you see the people that just are unfiltered. It's like it's nice to see that. It's refreshing sometimes when you see people unfiltered.
Yeah.
But there's a line sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
definitely is.
sometimes it now just becomes you're actually being insensitive. You're not unfiltered anymore. You don't care about
Exactly
some
right.
people. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like there's that line, man. Be be you.
Be
bottom
you.
line, but don't let being you actually cause that
Yeah.
detriment to something.
Conflict. You don't want
sometimes,
that.
you know what I'm
Like,
saying?
what's the point in that? The conversation doesn't continue.
100.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yes, be you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not. You got to
You're not the only one
You're
on
not
this
being
earth.
reckless.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
You're not the
You're
only one here.
thinking.
You're
Yeah.
the only one here, so exactly. Don't be reckless. Don't be trying to, start something unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Spread your opinion, but leave room for interpretation.
Yeah,
sure.
that's very
It's just,
smart.
it's just like it's like I love people. You got your freedom of speech. You say what
Yeah.
you want. You've got an opinion, but there has to be a sense of empathy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Biggest thing.
I may have a completely different opinion to you, but I'm not gonna be like your opinion shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just all how you say things, how you articulate yourself.
I'd go to agree to disagree unless your opinion is hurting someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that kind of stuff, do you kind of need like training in that area? Because I kind of did something similar, where now Maz was in the news, people want to talk and everything,
Yeah.
And then after that, one of the organizations we're working with, they're like, hey, our big men, you guys need training in this thing, right? And then obviously it made sense, right? Because bro, it's actually pretty crazy, this area where it's like when people ask you a question, they're trying to get the answer that they want,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
you gotta be like, nah, you gotta control that. So in that area, did you get any training?
No.
So how'd you go on about knowing what you gotta say, and how did you control the conversations, in a platform like this, or obviously other platforms as
You
well?
also did the journal thing once, yeah? I swear there was someone. It's not a blog necessarily, but someone wrote a piece on you, right?
Yeah.
There was a piece. I forgot
Yeah.
what the name of the magazine or something was called, bro. But there was a piece that they were. It was
Yeah.
like maybe I don't know if it was last year,
Yeah.
but I know that was like a conversation.
Because
That
you're
was a
gonna
you
get
know,
those kind of
discourse
stuff.
as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about Head Threads mag?
That's what it might
It was
be
like
called.
a magazine sort of thing.
Yeah, it was a mag.
That
yeah.
was hard. That was really hard because like when I read it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing bad about it or anything
But
like
it's
that.
like from what
But,
you know,
but
you
you're
would
like
say.
that
Yeah.
wasn't what I was trying to say, or
no,
what?
not even like that. It was just like the fact when I read it, I was like, wow, like you really did pick parts.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's
And
what I
there's-
was.
and
That's
there's
what I was
nothing-
gonna say. Yeah.
there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
And like
It's like that could have gone wrong if I said
that
the
really
wrong
could have
thing,
gone wrong. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like I was like when you got to be really careful with what you say all the time
Sure,
because if they're just picking parts,
And that's what I was gonna say. How do you control that? How do you maneuver that? So in a way, you want them to focus on what you want them to focus on, rather than you looking at it like, oh yeah, because that happened to me where I was like, yeah, big man, you guys definitely picked parts, and I didn't want you guys to focus on that too. You guys asked that question,
yeah.
right? So yeah, that's what I was gonna say, and then that's when I realized, yeah, we need media training in this kind of area.
Yeah, it's hard, and that's where it comes back to being a brand.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is being focused on your personal brand. Once you figure out how you want to portray yourself to other people, it becomes a whole lot easier.
That's
when
true.
when you figure out how your music speaks to people, which I'm still going through, I'm still trying to figure out, it becomes easier trying to articulate the words that you want to say and how you want to say it, how you want to come across, the tones that I use. Am I slouching? Am I standing up? Am I, giving eye contact to everyone, making sure it's engaged? It's just like the little things that you learn over time. But I think it comes back to understanding that it is a brand, and everything that you do will come back to that.
Is that thing of like you in your mind you're thinking you're conveying your art in this way and this is the message you're trying to convey.
Exactly right.
So you're living your life doing you.
Yeah.
But in reality, what
Exactly.
people are receiving is something different.
Because they've got a mind of their own.
Yeah, and now you're doing you. You're like you feel a certain like resistance. Sometimes.
yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Like,
I thought it was nice. You know what I mean?
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I thought you liked my music.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a very interesting space. To
Yeah,
get,
bro. When the more you dive into it, you're like, yo, this industry is crazy.
It's crazy, yeah,
It is.
because you can you can say something and it could be taken completely differently out of context. That's how careers are gone. That's how publicity is made. Like that's where I think this is where the phrase came. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People be
For
saying
sure,
that.
for
Because that's where it came from. You don't know where it came from, but man, you're being talked about.
And now people just like
People
it is what it
are,
is. Let me
yeah.
just do it anyways, man.
Yeah.
Because now we live in a society where we want entertainment,
Exactly right.
right? Because I don't care the good things you've done. I want to know the bad things that you've
Give
done.
me the juice.
Give me the juice. Tell me about how you cheated. You know?
Hold on.
Ah, jeez.
No, not me.
But hey, that's reality TV.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I'm
That's why
saying.
reality TV is created.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
people
yeah.
like. People want to hear the juice. You know
Yeah,
what I
people
mean?
like that conflict.
What's
Yeah.
going on? People like the source.
That's
People,
legit Takashi 69. Like every time you think about publicity
You are
stunt,
so right.
that's the only person
That's
that
the-
comes to my
Oh,
mind because
honestly.
it's like
For sure.
at the point that you're at, the age that you're at, you're still just like, what are you doing? You know,
Exactly
what are you
right.
doing
No way
on
you're trying
social
to
media?
bring the smoke our way.
No, I'm not trying to bring nothing our way.
This makes it 22 hours.
hey, listen, go sit down.
TDP rap.
No, TDP in Melbourne.
Yeah, imagine
Hey, yo.
Can you imagine?
I blow my face out.
Hey, yo, go sit down your own Instagram live.
If he wants to come on.
Hey man,
Yeah.
what's going on there? Well, I mean, we already know what people can expect because that's coming up the day this releases.
Before we ask
yes,
that,
please.
I wanted to ask, like, what's your favorite thing about the Melbourne scene? Because, like, I really want to get out more and, like, you know, go to live performances more and, like,
Yeah,
just see our local artists perform and just, you know, interact with the
I
crowd
definitely
and stuff.
said this
But,
to you
like,
2 days ago. She's jacking my flow.
I'm really not. I'm really not. But, like, yeah,
I
what's
believe
your...
you.
Thank you. What is your favorite thing about, like, the Melbourne scene?
I love how different everyone is.
That's
I love that everyone is on a grind, and I love that the Melbournes. Thank you for asking me this.
Very good. I like that you asked him that too.
Because I love the fact that Melbourne moves very differently to other cities, because of the diversity that we hold.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yes, sir.
As an artist, as a musician, it's so good to see people doing things so different. You got people like Olivia Escuyos, people like another artist, Artie Cat. You got Agung Mango. You've got Ellie Eliadis. All these guys that are doing things so differently. And then there's so many, hundreds.
Oh, for sure.
And like, there's one way of social media is your biggest one. You find out about them through there.
Yep.
Or going out to live events. Now that everything's popping off.
Finally,
Like,
man.
you know,
Need to,
Yeah,
for
sir.
sure.
A follow-up question with that: how can we all come together?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you're talented, and because we had the same question last week. You know, like all these people are talented. It's but it's like I don't see anyone. I don't see us all coming together and actually saying, okay, cool. I'm talented. I'm good at this. You're good at that. What can we all do together to actually make this a Melbourne thing?
Okay. So the first thing is this. You start like y'all have been doing from day one,
Yep.
including artists and other
Yeah.
creatives and other public figures within your show. So you're bringing their world to yours, and you're bringing your world into theirs.
Right.
So that's the first thing. From a marketing aspect, every artist does that, because let's just say Ed Sheeran pops on at John Mayer's concert.
Yep.
Now Ed Sheeran's got followers from John Mayer's concert. You know, his audience.
yeah.
You know
No,
what I
you're
mean?
so right, bro. I
That
went
is
to
true,
Nigo's
yeah.
concert.
That's good.
Black opened up. I was about to say Six Black.
Yo.
Black opened up.
Yeah.
You're like
for them.
you're a fan.
Bruv,
You're a fan
Yeah,
now.
bitch.
Straight away, follow.
you know what I mean?
Bro, what do you mean,
Yeah.
bro? The guy pulled up
I can hear
Shazam.
my ex calling. That was me on the way out. Ex calling. I'm like, bet. You know what I mean? Legit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
That's how it
You're
is.
driving home, listen to his
sure.
music
Yeah,
now,
bro.
bro.
For sure.
And that was my audience, and that has been my audience for the last 2 years, ever since I started music. It's been me being affiliated with those two artists, and really being one of the biggest artists coming out of Melbourne.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Thanks,
You're
bro.
doing big things, and it's great to see. And Olivia as well, Olivia's so resourceful and
Yeah.
knowledgeable about the industry, because she's been through it,
Yeah.
and she's got her own wave, and like, I want to plug her because, man, her new music.
Say no more.
Plug,
I need
Fire,
it.
fire.
Come on,
We need it right
Yeah.
now.
in the description, I don't know.
I wish I could say link in bio, but it's not.
Oh, yeah, not yet.
Yes,
We'll post it
yeah.
on our Insta.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
I'm just grateful, man. I just love talking up other people. I just love it. I just think it's just
Yeah.
amazing. Like, you know, one of the things that always stuck with me is the quickest way to get to your dream is by lifting other people.
Yeah.
How is that? Like, you know, it's a karma thing. It's like you're giving good things to other people. How you're not going to get good things?
I also heard another one of like, if sometimes you don't even know what your dream or your passion is, help other people find this.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Like within that, that's
Definitely.
how. Shout out to Pastor
It's so
Josh,
much
bro.
more.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to be nice than it is to be mean.
Ah,
Definitely.
I love people, bro.
oh, word?
Yeah, man. Like legit, like last week, yeah. My guy said yes, sir. So last week I was at my friend's crib, yeah. We were just chilling or whatever, yeah. Like it was me, him, and his wife, yeah. And then we had like these young people come knock at the door. And they were kind of looking like, those guys are an African, so you know who's
they
this?
doing here?
Yeah, like legit, there was like 5 of them, yeah. Anyway, so my friend goes to open the door, right? And then it was just like 20-year-old, 16-year-old or whatever. They were doing something around the community, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, so obviously it's just me and his wife just talking. We're like, but what is going on? We're like, ha, whatever. And next thing you know, what I heard, my friend was like, do you guys want to come in?
In your head, you're like, whoa.
And then I was like, bro, me and his wife was there just like, bro, what is he doing, bro? Bro, they came in and then, yeah, obviously they were just telling us what they're doing around the community.
Yeah.
Bro, I got there like 6 and we been sitting there for hours. They got comfortable. Hey, what are you trying to do? Boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, we're having dinner, bro. Legit, bro.
It's family thing.
That's
My homie went to get Nando's.
Yeah.
His mom was there. We were all
Yeah,
just laughing. And they're like, yo, we just came here to knock at the door just to see if you guys want to come down to this thing that we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we're having dinner.
That's so dope.
That's insane. And this is the thing that like blew my mind, right? So the girl there, she's been directing for like acting and directing, whatever, for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And my guy is an actor, yeah? He's doing all this drama stuff, acting or whatever. And he's been looking for a director, bro.
Wow.
Wow, there you go.
And then he was just like, hey, what do you do? Yeah, I direct. I'll be looking for a director, bro. And I was sitting there, I was like, I love people, bro.
No, legit,
Like,
man.
yeah.
It's good,
There's
bro. It was
resources
it was
around us
so
and
good,
everyone,
bro.
and we
Definitely.
ignore it so much because we get caught up in our own head now.
Exactly.
Because we were,
whatever,
and I think I'm trying to like,
Blindsided, you know?
yeah, I'm trying to like take that out of my mind. Where obviously when they were first walking up, we just like,
Yeah.
bro, what
Had
are
a
they?
guard
No,
up,
no,
yeah.
yeah, it's good, you know what I mean? But I love my friend. My friend is just one of those. He doesn't have that mentality. It's just like, yeah, hey, what are you guys doing? You guys want to come in? And I was just like, bro, like, thank you for allowing them to come in first of all. You know, I was just like, this is amazing, bro.
That's the vibes, man.
Blessings.
That's what we
So I'm,
that's how
so I'm
we
gonna check out their
nowadays,
performance on Monday, bro. So see what I go on
Say
there.
less.
Wow.
Yeah, bro,
why
but it's
not?
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Good-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
on the day this comes out. You got a live show, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes,
There's
sir.
no more tickets though, hey.
We sold out.
Because I saw that there
sold
was
out?
another
Yeah.
opening. I was like, bet, let me send it through.
So no
yeah?
special for us or
Literally, the
not?
next
Yeah,
story
there was
after I saw that was that it
Sold
sold
out.
out. I said, whoa,
Yeah.
Reese doing his thing.
That's awesome, though.
And like RL
God
King,
is
bro.
good.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
that's
hey,
awesome.
trust.
That's awesome.
we need a
Do
ticket. We'll pay double.
Whoa, whoa.
You know what? I wish
Carlos
I could.
will pay double
For everyone.
for everyone. Yes.
My God. I love people. But now it's like fully, it's fully sold out, isn't it? Fully
That's
booked
it.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're doing a lot of performances and everything now, huh?
Nah.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is the first time this first one in a bit.
oh, this is
eh,
the
that I
first
saw
one?
you do,
First show I've done in over a year.
And it's just really like.
Oh, but
your
it makes
show
sense
too.
because obviously COVID and everything.
Yeah. So because of COVID, obviously we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but yeah.
But this is my first ever headline show.
Yeah, like
Wow.
your
Yeah,
headline
so
show. Yeah.
this is my
Nice
concert.
graphic as well for it too.
Oh,
man. It's nice,
dude,
nice,
thank
nice,
you, bro.
Promo graphic.
Yeah, I had again like a couple of other connections that helped me take the photos
Yeah.
and friends and a lot of creatives that we work with. To help
That's something
out.
I like as
Yeah.
well. You always have really nice graphics for your releases.
Thanks,
Your
yeah.
songs, the project as well.
Thank
the front cover. Because it's not even like I don't know if you have a physical. I know you did vinyls, I think, for.
We did do vinyls for Worldstar, yeah.
For Worldstar, yeah. But like in terms of, you don't like release CDs or anything. So it's
Nah.
like, it looks like the cover art for a CD, the front and the back and
Yeah.
everything.
I love that.
But it's just,
Yeah.
you have
I
all
think
those
it's so
graphics
important.
get released.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
this is a proper, like, this is a
Because people
proper
like
project,
visual
bro.
things, you know what I mean?
Bro,
When
I love it.
You
They
can,
love it.
It's one thing to hear a song, but then when you post an image
Yeah.
to connect it, it's just amazing.
Nah, it's sick, man.
Yeah.
you know, I think they slept on. People have music, but when you look at how they dress, you see that the way they dress matches their music. Nah, like legit. So for you, is that what you do? Where it's like, okay, cool. This is what my music about, but I'm also gonna be my music in a way,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. You
'cause
got to start. You know,
Yeah.
like come back to branding. You got to
Yeah.
start like
Yeah.
dressing the way you think your music sounds.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's very important. Like, you know, when you listen to, let's say, damn, this is hard. When you listen to The Weeknd, so
Yeah.
this is not hard. Sorry. When you, when you listen to The Weeknd, automatically you hear you're listening to something from Trilogy.
Yeah.
Bang, The Weeknd with the hair.
With the hair, yeah,
Yeah.
straight away. That's
Yeah.
what
You're
comes
listening to
mind,
Blinding
yeah.
Lights, his new song.
Now you're
Bang,
thinking of
red
the
suit.
the
Red suit,
suit and
yeah.
everything like that.
You're
yeah.
listening to Starboy. Bang.
remember what Starboy was.
It was it's him when he cut his hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
The
like,
jacket.
bro,
You know what I mean?
that's all
I
part
love
of
that.
it, you know.
Gotta
It's like
sell
this
it.
is the character that they build, and that's why
Oh,
it's so
yeah, for
important
sure.
that you play into it.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
gotta play
I
into
dress like this, and this is why I'm going to be the same on stage,
Yeah.
and it's going to be
gotta
like that. You got to be the product that you're selling.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not like you're taking away from your uniqueness. You're just being encapsulated by
I'll
that.
say you're even building up on it.
Exactly
you know?
right.
It's adding
Yeah,
more
you're
to the
just
story, the
exactly
narrative
right.
of the
It's a
music.
song
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
but now you got to give a physical representation.
Yeah.
And then you got people like Tyler the Creator,
Yeah.
Flower Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I
Kills
mean?
it. Yeah.
Flower Boy was a big one because that's where you got the Golf LaFleur collab with Converse.
Yeah.
He made shoes. Then and now clothes. And then you hear Igor, pink suit.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wig.
Yeah.
With the wig, straight away. That's what comes to
I
mind.
mean, like,
I'm not gonna lie, I would have been hella confused if you walked here with the Adidas trackers.
If you saw Reese walking around,
If you walk yourself with Adidas trackers, I'm like, bro, this ain't you, big man.
that's why I was just listening. That didn't remind me of Jackies when I heard that.
so hard.
That's not a Jackie song, bro.
Oh man.
Then you have people like J. Cole who just who rock up on stage as they are.
As they are, right.
You know, he's got the dreads. He's got all this thing.
Basketball shorts and J's.
Yeah,
Because I've been paying a lot of attention to that. Like when I listen to
part of
people's
art now,
music,
yeah.
I also look at how they dress and how they act,
Yeah.
right? And,
and
like,
whether it matches up.
yeah, exactly. Like one of the homies who jumped on last week, like his music matches what he's wearing and who he is as well. And I've obviously the same with you as well. And I realized that that's also a big part of music as well.
Yeah,
bro.
It's the image. It's the image.
yeah.
Yeah. Looking your part, doing the part.
Yeah.
It's so important. Like because you want people to believe you.
That's true.
That's the big thing,
that
isn't
is
it? You want people to believe that you're this artist that you portray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can be Reese, I can be whoever to you guys, because I know I can be like this and whatever. But like people that never see me like this, all they're going off is my music and the photos that I post on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
So they got to believe that what I'm posting
What
and
you're posting is
what I'm releasing music, that's me. It's a brand.
Let's believe it. They see this guy out with a puffer jacket. They'll be like, mate,
No,
you're faking the music.
that ain't you.
You're not being real.
I'm just cold, bro. just trying to stay warm in the streets. No, that's dope. What can people look out for though?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You know what I mean, you're working, you're trying to, build a lot of other things, but you also get back in your bag too.
Yeah, man. I think my heart is always with releasing music. I wish I could say I got new music on the way, and there is new music on the way, but there isn't anything finalized. So the main focus that has been over the last month would have been my live show.
Yeah.
So we just finished rehearsals. Obviously we got the sold out show. Blessed, grateful, because God does that, and to sell out your first headline show, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's not a small
That's
thing.
major,
Like people are listening. When that happened, when I got the call from Vince and he was like, "Yo, 93% sold," and it's like Wednesday.
That's
It's a week
crazy.
before we actually, because he said to me that it's a very common thing to sell out on the night.
Yeah.
People rock up and they want to buy tickets at the door. And I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. I had no expectations to sell it, but from when we started the thing, I manifested that thing every single day.
Right.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? I woke up every day and I said it with intention, and it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't just because I was saying it. It is because I lowered myself, I humbled myself, and there was a story I posted 3 weeks back where I said, "I'm selling CDs out of the back of my car tonight."
Yeah.
And what I meant by that was I was DMing everyone that followed me
Wow.
the event information.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And a generic message. I'm sorry, it was a generic message.
The guy said, he messaged
We friends.
That's dope.
Like,
Cities out the back.
and you gotta humble yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not some big shot artist yet. You know what I mean? I'm not up there enough. My pride isn't like cracked like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that, and you should never be like that, because at the end of the day, your audience, your fan base, your city is who puts you up.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I did for a whole week. All the people that ever DM me anything, reacting to my stories, or if I ever reach out to them for something, I would send them the same generic message with the link, bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
And we saw it, shut up. But this is not just me manifesting that. It's just God giving me opportunities and putting me in the mind frame to do this sort of thing.
Yep.
So it's like saying, "Oh, I've been saying it every day, but it's not happening."
Yeah.
Nah, man.
That's
You'll
the
be
thing,
giving
man.
you'll be given chances every single day
Yeah.
to
All the time, that's what it
just-
is, man. We want something. God puts it in front of us, but it's like, are you taking that step of faith to
Yeah.
actually
Exactly.
take what's right in front of you? Or even perceptive to actually notice these things when they're in front.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
Yeah.
see the opportunities, but they don't recognize that.
You gotta
That's
step
what
out
it is
yourself,
right
man.
there.
Like you gotta step out of this comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're not shit. You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? You ain't shit. And like if you want to be something, you've got to understand that you need to connect with people beforehand. It's just not possible to release 100 songs and think you're some vet. It's not. It's
Just
not.
because of the number now.
Exactly right. Like you got to understand where you come from, your roots, the hard work it took to put yourself on and your team on. Never forget that. I'll never forget where I DM'd all these people.
Yeah.
I don't think
Those
I'll
moments you can look back at and stuff,
for
and
sure.
man,
and I'll realize that when I don't have to do that, I'll look back and be like, I did it though.
because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's because I did that. The reason why I can sell out an international tour now.
Yeah,
that's
man,
nice.
wait.
And before
That is
wrapping
so
up,
good.
We're speaking goals,
I
man.
was gonna say before wrap it up,
Yeah.
what goes through your mind when that happened? Right, like sold out. You're doing your performance. Is that like, wow, everything that I've been working towards now, I feel like it's happening? Because you guys would have felt that, right? You guys working like crazy towards. Because I've been working crazy towards some stuff, and then when it finally happened, bro, every morning I wake up, I smile, bro. You know
Exactly right.
Like,
When I got the call,
So, what's going
I had
through
like a
your
little bit
mind?
of like a happy cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was I was so like beneath myself. I was like,
Right.
like this happened. Like this is real. Like this isn't a small thing. I tried to like sink it in. I told my mom.
Yeah.
You had to.
You have to, yeah.
Call my girl. Share the happiness and things like that. And then I reflected and I prayed.
Yeah.
And then
That's awesome.
and then after that, the prayer was just thanking God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm nothing without it.
Yeah,
That's what I did. That's how I comprehended the situation. And now it's just executing that show.
Exactly.
And now just Game said, like, I'm nervous right now. But when it comes to it, like, I'm meant to be on stage. So that's my calling. That's
Apparently,
my
the guy posted on our Insta. His caption was "Talk to me nice."
I'm different now.
Nah, for real though.
Yeah,
you know,
you.
proud of you, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You came a long way.
Thank you, man.
It's amazing to see that growth in you, like your mindset, your music, your fashion. I love your fashion, bro. It's too nice. Yeah, I just love to, see that you're actually killing the game now, bro.
Thank you,
and
man.
You want to do
Still
big
got a
things,
long
bro.
way,
Yeah.
we all
man.
do, and I think we're all looking forward to it because longevity.
Yeah.
We're looking word to the heart
Word.
team.
Shake my hand.
Very proud of you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so where can they follow you in that?
Yes.
So Instagram, Twitter, you search up
Talk straight to him.
Talk
RL
to them
King.
nice.
I'm more active on Instagram. I'm trying to be good on Twitter, but people talk too much on Twitter.
Twitter's tough.
They really do.
Listen, you ain't trying to talk like
it's
that,
just too
yeah?
much. So RL King everywhere. We're trying to put out some visual content soon. So
Beautiful.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
Thank you guys so much for having me, man.
Thank
I
you
really
for
appreciate
coming.
it. This is
Man, we
super
had
fun.
it. We finally did it.
Yeah, finally.
I'm so happy, bro. I'm proud.
You know what? Shake my hand one last time.
Thank you, son.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that's us, man. Oh, damn. I don't normally do the
Are you-
outro. It's
yeah,
normally no,
it's
bro. What did
normally
you
no.
say?
Thank you so much for tuning in once
Yeah.
again. Be sure to follow us, subscribe, share, and
Comment, like,
check
all
out the
of that.
interview, guys. It's honestly amazing.
Send it to your
It's
mama,
great.
your cousin, your
Yeah.
grandma, all of that, man. And follow RL King. And
Yes,
stay
sir.
That's
tuned,
the
bro.
one.
Please.
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, please, man. Say please. But yeah, man. That's
Right.
us, yeah?
See ya. Catch you guys
God
next
bless.
time.
That was good. That was good.